that you must take.
You gotta have that mindset that quitting is not an option. Give up? Who, me? Never. Stop? Who, me? Never. That's for the next guy. That's for the next girl, but not me. Why? Because I don't quit. That ain't how I do it. That ain't how I roll. I never give up.
You must understand that there will come a time in your life that circumstances are going to challenge you no matter what you do, but you must never give up.
Don't let the obstacles discourage you and make you believe that it's not meant to be. Pursue when it's hard. Pursue even when it would make more sense to give up.
Not you, champ. You ain't the one. Not you, kid. You ain't the one to quit. Giving up is not what you do. You got the wrong one here, baby. Until you believe that, until you feel that, until you live that. We got work to do. You see, quitting is a mindset. Quitting.
Hey MOS NYC family, I'm Ray.
And I'm Levi, and today we're here at the Cardinal McCloskey High School for day 2 of the tryouts for this season. And before we start, talking about anything tryout related, I do want to give a really, really big shout out to Cardinal McCloskey, the charter school, for letting us have this space for all the kids to play and enjoy the sports, at the fullest and at the a pretty decent level, and it keeps the kids off the streets, and it has a safe, environment, a safe space for the kids to play. And I also want to thank the principal, Marianne Davino, because, she has done so much for MOS, and she really sees the vision that we've all, really saw. And she really believes in our nonprofit organization more than anybody. She's invested so much.
She supports our cause.
And she's invested so much, and she wants to continue investing so much. We really appreciate her so much for that.
Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you.
Moving on though, we want to also give a huge thanks to Pepsi Cola and Lay's Potato Chips. Pepsi Cola has been kind enough to provide us with limitless beverages, and also just really following us with our journey, our rising organization. Same with Lay's, we introduced our organization to them and they instantly fell in love with it, and we want to just thank them for being able to see the potential in us and just recognizing us as a formidable organization.
Exactly, it's bigger than just the drinks and the chips. They genuinely see what we want to do for the youth, and we really appreciate that. That's something that's really big for our program.
Yeah.
And we also want to thank our friends at our Oyate group, because they've been supporting us, from the beginning.
Yeah.
And, from one nonprofit organization to another, that's really beneficial, and it's a big thing. It shows that mutual support, and once again, they believe in that cause that we are fighting for and believing in.
And they also have a similar cause.
And if you guys are interested in joining MOS or joining our program, feel free to email MOS or mattersofsports@gmail.com. And if you want to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
They're all Matters of Sports NYC.
So, I'm grateful that you guys are here to join us today for the second day of tryouts. What are we expecting? What do you want to tell them about?
I feel like today's going to be a bit more interesting just because there's so many more people here today than there were yesterday. And I'm supposed to be here today.
Yeah, Ray-Ray's actually trying out.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm expecting a lot, and I see a lot more versatility just from the players that have returned, because yesterday I will say was very outside hitter dominant, and setter dominant too. A lot of the setters were there yesterday, but today I'm seeing right here just a group of liberos, group of outsides, group of right sides. Everybody is very versatile today.
And it's not only that, it's yesterday was a pretty great group. It showed that there was a lot of defense. There was a good amount of libs yesterday.
Yeah.
I was part of the libero side and the libero, tryout area. So we had the outsides hitting at us and all the other positions, the hitting positions hitting at us. And I agree with you. I like that I'm seeing more variety of liberos because, some of these people here are the best. Number 54, Jessie, 14 years old. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
She's in 8th grade.
Yeah, she is literally becoming a freshman in the fall. And she's a superstar.
So yeah.
She's just gonna become bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just really shows her dedication to the sport.
Yeah, and then we also have Emily, number 44. She is so good. She's also 14, maybe 15. She's really young. She came to MOS last year, and instantly we saw the potential in her. This was her first time ever even picking up a volleyball. And she was just so good, like such a superstar. She really shined, and like in that 1 year, she progressed so much. She got herself so many opportunities from MLS. She got like a scholarship to another club. Like it was just so good for her, and I mean, we're happy to see her again this year.
And I feel like that, falls back into play about the bigger picture of MOS. Like,
Yeah.
that's what we're here for. That's why, this organization exists in the first place. We want people to get better and get these scholarships and improve their level of volleyball.
Yeah, we want to push you to the next step.
Exactly. Like, you start here, or even if you're already, like, great or a superstar, we still want to improve you and, make you become the greatest that you can.
Yeah, I mean, she, like, again, like, she has a scholarship, but, like, she's still coming back here because, like, this is just, like, that kind of program. Like, this is home. So, like, you always want to come back to your home.
Exactly. And whether or not, you're young, you're older, I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but half of the coaches that we have, our coaching staff, they were players.
Yeah.
Half of them were players. I mean, half of the team leaders that we have now were players last year, and it just shows like the loyalty and like the dedication that our family is. We always say one family, one team, but it really is one family, one team. We will still come back and give the time that the coaches gave us when we were players. So I don't know, it just shows like how important MLS really is, and I feel like where would we be without MLS? Where would any of these people be without
It really does just give off that like family unified vibe because. I mean, like he was saying, like a lot of our team leaders and coaches were players back in their day or sometimes even last year, and it's like just the fact that they still have a place here, even though they've aged out of the system, it's just like, it just says a lot, and it shows, and we're grateful to have them here, and I'm sure that they're grateful to still have like a spot in our home here.
But right now, I don't know if y'all can see, but the players are warming up. They're just, getting their bodies ready for the tryouts. This is the same warm-up that we did yesterday for the tryouts, and it's good to see like Coach Ruben, get all the kids ready, and he's very good with his warm-ups. Like he's very stern and dedicated, and I like that he is even showing them like the example on how to do it, because not everyone might know how these warm-ups are. Sometimes some of these people, this is their first time even stepping in a gym like with volleyball.
Yeah.
Like in high school, a lot of these kids have played, and maybe they've done these warm-ups before. Some of these are not new, but there are other people who have never done this before, so it's all new to them. And I'm happy that this environment is a safe environment for anyone at any level. It doesn't matter if you're new, if you're, a veteran player, you're still able to learn and grow, and we don't judge here.
Yeah, I remember my first year of volleyball, I had no idea what a karaoke was. I was like, what are they talking about? Oh my God, they're about to do it right now.
Yeah, and it's funny, for me, in high school, we used to call that grapevine.
Really?
We used to call so many different names. That's why I
Wait,
love
I can see that
seeing
though,
it.
grapevine, because you're like making a grapevine around the
Exactly.
line. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I love how there's so many different names for all these warm-ups, and it just,
Yeah.
so many different types of varieties. But some of these are very similar to me, at least, because I have played in high school and I played in different programs before. But
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's able to, introduce the new kids to these type of warm-ups, because this is very good to start your day with. Like, whether or not it's tryouts, whether or not it's game day, whether or not it's just open gym, these are good warm-ups to start with because it
keeps
opens
you
your body
warm,
up.
yeah.
Exactly. Whether you're on the court or not. But I kind of want to reflect on yesterday. I mean, what did we think about yesterday? I feel like yesterday was very good.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking about as well, because this is so much of a larger group. I know yesterday we really like split the group up, and we wanted to see them shine in like groups of about 10, maybe 12. So I know like a lot of players felt like they definitely felt like that spotlight on them. And they knew people were watching them. Like they didn't feel like, oh, maybe I could hide behind this person, or maybe no one noticed I messed up. Like, no, the spotlight was on you. We were looking at you.
Exactly.
And today, with this big of a group, I mean, I really just want to know how they're gonna do that same thing in the same amount of time, and what it's gonna look like. Honestly, I mean, a lot of people are veterans, but you can always improve. And we still want to see like what you want to do this year, and also even to our veterans, a lot of them have gone through position changes.
And it shows like in MLS you just grow and you become better. But I kind of want to explain to them how the draft works and how that whole system works. So the way we do it at Matters of Sports is that we have it set up in a way where whether you try out or not, really the tryouts are just here for the coaches to see who you really are. Once you're already here, you already made it into the program. So the way the draft works, either a week or 2 weeks from now, all the coaches will come together, and this whole room will actually be set up, and we'll also be live streaming that, by the way. So please stay on the lookout for that. We come here and we have like a whole board. You see, like us with our
Yeah.
number. They have the number and they have like the number that they're holding. You see that all, and they have them all like set up. It's almost like the NFL draft.
Yeah.
It's all like on this poster, this picture, and all the coaches pick between whoever they want, and it's each different round. So it's like a random number generator. Whatever coach picks that first round, I'm pretty sure the next round they pick last. It's like
Yeah,
basically
something.
it's like a random number generator. But also at the same time, each team has a first pick, so that first pick will be there to accompany their coach and their team leader
Yeah.
during the
So
draft.
we'll be announcing the first picks on draft day, and they will be present with us in the room.
Yeah, and they'll be here to like explain like how excited they are for the season, like what positions they play, and like what their role is on that court. Because I feel like as a first pick, in a way, you're almost the captain of the team.
Yeah.
I feel like you carry a lot of responsibility, especially depending on what position you play.
Yeah.
If you're a setter, you have to be that captain, you have to be that role, that leader.
I mean, no matter what, like as a first pick, you just have that responsibility. Last year,
agree.
Malby, she's one of our commentators as well. She was a first pick and she's a libero. However, Malby knew that as a first pick, you have to have this responsibility and this like this leadership role. Like, hey guys, I'm first pick because of the way I perform and because of my skill and because of my skills, like just as a leader and as an athlete as well. So you have to, captain or not, like you just have to show your team, beginner, experienced, whatever. I can be a leader if you need me to be, but I can also be your friend.
And that's just, it shows like how important the first pick is. First of all, not only is it an honor, because like, hey, you got picked
Yeah.
first out of what, over 100 something kids? But it shows like that coach has so much faith in you, and that like, you can run this team no matter what position you're playing. And it shows like that is really like the main player of the court. Not to take away from anyone else, because either way, whether you're on a team or not, you're still a key player in any team you're on.
Yeah.
But being first pick, it really like gives that person like that leadership role. Whether you're a lib, a middle, an outside, right side setter, it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I'm personally hoping, I might be the first male lib to be first pick, but it would be nice. But I don't know. I feel like we could be a little biased because we are both two liberos.
Yeah, we are. I
But-
mean, liberos are like supposed to be like captain of the back row, and then setters are captain of the front row. I mean, really, they should be captain of everything, but
But, that's just how the draft works. And
Yeah.
like I said, it's either a week from now or 2 weeks from now. We're not really 100% sure what is or when it's going to happen. I just know that it will be within the next 2
Very
weeks. Exactly, because, we have tryouts here for
Yeah.
a reason. But that's how that draft works. And like I said, we'll be on live stream. We will be here commentating whether or not we're first pick or not.
yeah.
We will be here because, that's what we're here for. And that's what we
Yeah.
enjoy doing.
And of course, doing interviews for you guys because you guys want to know more
Oh.
about everybody.
Let's talk about that actually. Later today, we will be doing interviews with some of the players on the court and the draft or in the tryouts, just asking them like how they're feeling today, like what's like the energy that they're getting and what they're doing for the tryouts.
Oh my God, wait. I want to talk about this. I love this stretch. Like, I love that Ruben makes them do this. I even said this yesterday. I love that, like, you have to grab a partner and stretch because you don't know who you're standing next to. So it might be a complete stranger. And, like, from the jump, like, from your first day at MLS, you're making a friend. Because you're like, hey, like, I remember you helped me stretch on my first day here. And, like, I'm not saying you guys are besties after that, but, like, you're cool. And, like, I love that. Like, I love that. Like,
I agree.
you're introduced to new people
I agree.
immediately. So it's just like, you're comfortable talking to them now.
And that's what I really love about this program. Like I said, it's always a family. Whether or not you know these people, whether or not they're new to you, y'all become closer. Y'all become like a family. And something I love, like you said about this stretch, is like it really opens your arms up. Me personally, I really can't do this stretch. Remember yesterday, I was like literally like this. But a lot of the outsides are able to do really well with this
Yeah.
because they're hitters. They have to go all the way back and
Oh yeah,
right
my
up.
arms like cross in the back.
Yeah,
like,
I cannot do it. I mean, I don't know. It's really not for me, and it just doesn't work. But it's a good stretch to have no matter what.
yeah.
And I think right now Coach Ruben is telling them to just take a seat on the side. I think what they're gonna do, like how they did yesterday, was they're gonna separate into individual groups.
Yeah, so what they'll do is they'll call them by number.
They'll start with like serve and pass. They'll talk about. They'll start with serve and pass. I think on that side, closer to where the balls are, is where they're gonna be passing the ball, and they start serving on this side.
Very similar to the butterfly drill, just like without a setter.
Exactly. But it's good to have that drill. I feel like that being the first drill is very key.
Yes.
Because people need to understand, like, you cannot start the sport of volleyball or the game of volleyball without a pass. That is the key thing in volleyball. If you don't pass that ball, there's no play. And I think
Yeah.
you know that very well.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that drill very well.
And another important part of that skill, well, about like that drill, is developing the skill of serving with like intention. Because one, you can lose a game just on serves. Like going up to serve, like that's really your moment, your personal moment to get those points for your team. Like you always want to, like your goal, I'm not saying you're going to get an ace every time, but your goal should be, how can I force that point? How can I maybe get that ace? How can I locate like a hole on the court? And that is really going to help your team. Like if you miss your serve every time and you go to serve 5 times, you costed your team 5 points.
And not only that, it's the same way, the other way around. When you're receiving on the other end, you have to realize like, hey, this is something we need to side out. We can't let this ace like bother us. We side out, get that serve back. Now you have the advantage.
Yeah.
But before the tryouts start, because we're not even there yet. I mean, they did start already, but they're not on the court yet. I want to go back to the coaches and I want to talk about what they really bring to the table and to this program. I mean, you see Billy right now on the court, Coach Billy, 4 years in a row.
Oh yeah.
Dragons reigning
4
victor.
rings.
And Billy was the underdog. Coach Billy was the underdog last year.
Oh yeah, last season, Coach Billy, oh my God, what was his record? I know he lost like almost every game. I think he only won like 2.
I think he won 2 games out of the 10, right?
Yeah, something like that. And then once we got into playoffs, he really locked in. He got that team right. Like he was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. He did make a few like position changes, a couple rotation changes too, and then they really locked in, and they took the chip.
And I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah,
That comeback was
it was
crazy.
awesome to see, especially against Phantoms, the team that like from the beginning everyone thought was gonna win.
No, we really thought, and it was a close battle. That was,
Yeah.
I mean, last season, I please go back to the YouTube, please watch last season. I commented at the last game, I was honored. That was such an amazing game. It was so competitive.
Yes.
That's the level that we play out here. The later we get into the season, the more competitive, the more chemistry with the team. Not only that, but not only Coach Billy, I mean, he's been here for so many years, but we have Coach Lorenzo, Coach Smetty. These are all people who were players years ago, and they returned again as coaches. And, I talked about it briefly earlier, but it just shows, like I said, that loyalty, that dedication to this program. Whether or not you were a player, whether or not you are being here for a first time as a coach, because, some of the coaches haven't been players before. They've just been
Yeah.
coaches since they've been here. They're still dedicated and loyal to being here every single weekend. This is for free. This is a non-profit organization. They're here
like,
spending their time.
Head coach Donna, I mean, she was introduced to the program through like Blue Chips, I'm pretty sure.
Last
And,
year.
Yeah, like she's only been with us for a year. And I mean, we just love how much she does for us. Like she's also our treasurer. And Donna really just like, she's really stepped out of her comfort zone. Like when we met her, she was like this shy little thing. And like, she's grown to love us.
And we've grown to love her.
Yeah.
But it just shows, like, how great she is. And I don't know, Donna's just been a key coach, a part of the whole, like, type of program. And I mean, now she's the head coach of Phantoms. Last year she was the assistant coach, now she's the head coach. Shows, like, how she's leveled up. And I don't know, it really shows, like, how dedicated some of these coaches really are.
Keep talking, take to the
But I don't know. It shows how dedicated these coaches really are, and it shows like how important MOS is to them. I mean, like I said, they came back years and years and years.
So we're getting ready to start now. This does look like they're setting up for that same drill from yesterday, that like
Yeah.
serving and passing drill, as we were saying. About the same amount of people.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll execute it a bit faster. Not really sure. But nonetheless, I'm still excited to see it. Again, there's more versatility because yesterday we saw like 6 lips on one side, and it's like, come on, they're gonna get the ball up.
Yeah, I like that I'm seeing now, like, look, you see Emily with Edwin, and then you see...
Yeah, Edwin's like, well, he's very versatile. He plays outside, middle, right side, but still, like I like to see that versatility.
And then you see Tiny with Carla, and then you see, right here, you see number 42, Yadi with a new setter, MOS. And it just shows like the different types of players that we have on the court and in the league. Like, it's good to see all these different styles because you can't just have libs or, you know, only one type of position. You want all types of positions during the league. I mean, that's the key thing. So, I don't know, it's good to have all types of players and all types of positions because, I mean, how is anyone gonna learn at the end of the day? All right, you guys, we're gonna come back to you in a little bit, but we're just gonna watch them, you know, serve and pass and get all this done. All right, so far I'm really, really impressed with the tryouts. I'm back here. As you can see, I'm not with Ray Ray. Ray Ray right now is, planning an interview with Kenneth, and Kenneth, part of True Block, and we're gonna cut to them. And we're gonna cut to them talking about, what's going on, and we're gonna cut to Ray Ray interviewing Kenneth right now, actually. So I'll be back with y'all.
Hey guys, so we're here with Jess. So hi Jess, how you feeling today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing good. Nice and early. How you feeling with the combine so far?
I'm pretty excited. I haven't been to a combine before, so I don't really know how it goes.
Jess, we were just talking about you up on our little commentator stand. We're so impressed by you. You're such a superstar, even in the 8th grade, playing with us old people. So, one, we want to know, how did you get to that skill level that you're at now?
Well, I've been playing for 3 years. When I first came here, I wasn't as good as everybody thinks I was, but I started very young, and I just kept on pushing myself, and when I started meeting more people here, they kept on telling me, I had the hustle, I had the agility to get where I had to be. I just had to, push myself and, use more skill and technique. So I just had all the coaches here, and I kept on asking for advice, and, I would have, certain coaches that I look up to, and I would have them give me advice. I would have players talk to me, help me work on my receiving and stuff like that.
Yes, that's awesome. And what are you excited for this upcoming season? This is your first season of MLS, right? Yeah, so what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to playing, just getting to know all the coaches and all the people and all the players. I don't know. I don't know what to expect, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it is kind of a mystery. It's totally fun though, because you're getting to experience you've been playing with us for a few months, but you get to experience real gameplay between us, because we just kind of have fun all the time and run drills. But so I'm not sure if you're returning to MLS after this, but where do you see yourself within the next 4 years playing volleyball, 5 years, or whatever, just your future playing volleyball?
I see myself probably, if I get there, I see myself going to college and playing there. Or if I'm still in high school by the time 4 years, because I don't know. I'd probably be still playing in high school. But I'd definitely still be here if it's still available to me. I'd definitely be here. I would love to be here for ever.
Well, thanks for being here, Jess. Good luck today for the combine. I'm pretty sure they're gonna call you up next, so good luck. And yeah, have fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hello, you guys. So that was the interview that Ray Ray had with another player from MLS. I'm sorry, it actually wasn't Kenneth. It was a little mishap we had. But I want to, like I said, still continue talking about the tryouts. Oh, here she is in her element. But I really want to talk about, what's going on right now. So you still have the same serve-receive drill that we were talking about earlier, but I do want to go into depth about certain players. I mentioned a few of the players' names earlier, but we have number 39, Tiny. That was actually, or not even Tiny, sorry, Esmeralda Blanco. And, you were on her team last year.
Yeah.
I mean, what does it mean to see her again playing this
Oh,
season?
she's a beast. She's a beast. You can literally put her anywhere. I met Tiny a couple years back, and she was an outside hitter. And I was like, that small little thing is not an outside hitter. No way. But no, she was so dominant, and I used to see her hit pipes. So freaking cool. I was like, no way. She can jump so high. She hits the ball so hard. So impressed. And then throughout the years that I've been playing with her, people have been like, oh, have you ever considered this person? And she's like, no, but I'll do it right now. She's so down. And she just excels at everything. Last year, she was in Oppo. Recently, she's been working on Lib, and I think she really likes Lib. But whenever people do put her in that hitting position, she dominates. She is so good, even at her small stature. I don't want to say she's short, because I don't want to say anything about undersized hitters. We're we're all undersized hitters. But no, Tiny is so good.
And talking about good players, I mean, I don't want to take the attention away from Tiny, but 2 times in a row, we have 45 Edwin serving, and we have number 42, Jadiel Vargas, and it's like, oh my God, like you seeing how he's passing? That's an outside hitter, and people
Yeah.
don't understand. That is the type of passing, that's the elite passing you need as an outside, You are the second best passer on that court. Who's next to us when we're passing?
Yeah,
the outside
outsides.
hitter.
We're only surrounded by outsides. Like, and I mean, yeah, like he did so good, and also he was just jump serving before, so good, so accurate, so strong. Honestly, like just the sound of that ball, girl, I got scared.
And I mean, going back to number 45, Edwin, Edwin Ortega, wow. Can we talk about improvement? I mean, from last year to now, he was already such a great player last year, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets first pick this year. He's such an elite and key player.
If you guys don't know, he's Emily's brother, and they were both new to volleyball when they came here, and he is just so good. He's pretty tall, so of course, we had him experiment a bit with middle, but as he got more comfortable playing the sport, he has branched out into so many different positions. I mean, if you asked him, he'd probably still be down to play lib.
Lib, right side, outside. He plays anything.
Everything. And he's so good. Like, again, these players just dominate wherever you put them. They are so skilled, so full of joy, so full of, excitement and energy. They are awesome.
And there's so many other players on the court. We, I don't want to only talk about the veterans. We have a new player. We have number 43. She's actually a setter this season.
Oh, Chanelli.
Yeah, Chanelli.
Yeah.
I think it's her name, right?
Yeah, Chanelli.
She's a great player. She has a bomb serve. It is literally a bullet. It is a bullet. That serve is a bullet. And she is an upcoming setter, and I think she could really change the course of this season. We don't really have that many female setters this league.
Oh,
And she can be the next big thing, honestly. I'm pretty sure she's
and she's
very
so young. She's 14 too, I
She's
think.
14 or 15, yeah. A lot of young youth here, and
Yes, this year has definitely been a lot of new people. I feel like in other years you're like, oh, I remember you played with you last year, but this year, the amount of veterans, I know we talk about them a bit, but it's actually just such a small number of veterans. Almost everyone here is brand new. And yeah, her serve again, so good. She has this hybrid serve. I love to just dissect people's serves because they're so cool. And hers yeah. But yeah, she tosses it and approaches she's gonna do jump float, and then she puts so much tossment on it. Again, it's literally a bullet. It just whoop.
Exactly. Talking about someone with a killer serve, number 38, Nathaniel. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
His jump flow, his top spin, incredible.
Yes, he's new.
Yeah, I was saying another new player.
Yeah.
Wow. I think he does have some experience playing volleyball, I think, in high school.
Yeah.
But wow.
But he's only a
what player
sophomore.
he
He's
is.
15.
Yeah. Another one, young. I think he's a right side opposite, but I'm pretty sure he could play anything.
He prefers Oppo, but he's also right-handed, so you could put him in the outside position. And his defense, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oppo really suits him. Opposite, oh my God, when someone's hitting cross court to him, oh my God, dimes every time. The ball is always up.
And that's very important as a right side. Right side maybe won't pass a serve receive, but you still gotta pass that ball when you're in the back row. It's always important to pass. And that's why I talked about how I'm loving the drill that they're starting the tryouts with, because this is the first thing of volleyball.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, serve and pass. Without the pass, you can't set the ball, you can't kill the ball. What's gonna happen? And also, I wanna just talk about the tryouts overall. I like that Coach Billy is actually switching it up this time. Yesterday we were going in order from 1 through 10, and we're going 11 through 20, whatever.
Yeah.
I like that he's going with random numbers this time. It's not just going straight in order. He wants to see everyone, so he's not just whoever's here first is gonna get the tryout first. It's whoever he wants to see in this moment, and I like that. It's just switching it up, trying something different, trying something new, so we can see all the new types of players.
Are we on camera? Get my boy.
And as you can see, they're doing a new group.
Hello.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to introduce you guys to the beautiful Luce. I mean, y'all, I know y'all remember her face.
Hello.
Luce was not here all the hosting last season, but she's been behind the scenes. I mean, she's one of the key people in our hosting team, and you know, I have to give you a shout out, beautiful, because I mean, I really appreciate you, everything you do. I mean, you're the one who really introduced me to even wanting to become a host, you know, and volunteering, and you do so much. I don't think people acknowledge, like, you know, the coaches do a lot for this program, but we also have to acknowledge us too, and a lot of the players volunteer their time here and give so much time to MOS, and you know, like I said, it just shows that loyalty and that dedication to the program. And you know, you've done so much. It's not even just the hosting, you've done a lot.
Yeah, because I feel it's like, it's like always it's the part of what makes an organization like so beautiful, and just as a family, like we call ourselves a family, so we do have to give up certain parts of our time to kind of like bring this together and make this work. We all work together to make this work.
And that's why I love MOS so much, because like I said, like we used to, I keep repeating it, but I really want to like emphasize when we say one family, one team, we really are a family and a team together. Like without each other, we wouldn't be anywhere. We wouldn't get anywhere. And it's like, that is what we need in this organization. But, you know, a lot of people dedicate their time and patience, and it really shows. Like we do want it to become a bigger thing. And I feel like my biggest reason for, you know, volunteering is I do really want to come back as a team leader in a future season, because, you know, I am going to age out. This will be my last season here. This also will be her last season here. And I always want to give the kids what I didn't have, you know.
Yeah.
I played in high school. I played a little later in my life for volleyball, but I always want to give the young kids what I didn't have. I want them to have that role model, that person that will believe in them and will give them the advice that they need. As a coach, I want to be honest and truthful with them, because that's how you get better as a player.
Because I feel like volleyball, if it was introduced to me at a younger age, I would have fell in love with it the same way I fell in love with it when I was introduced to it in high school and more later on here. I learned more the fundamentals and how you actually play the game when I got here, and that's when I actually fell in love with the sport. So I feel like we all try so hard to make this work, because we feel that the younger generation can have this organization so they can learn the fundamentals, to learn to love a new sport and how to dedicate their time to various parts of their lives. 'Cause, like, this is gonna teach them how to be like committed to not only the sport but later on in life.
And, you know, as we're talking about young youth, I do want to give, you know, I already talked about it earlier, but I want to highlight Jessie again, number 56. You see her passing right now with the green MOS shirt. I mean, you know, a lot of, I notice in the volleyball world and just the sport world in general, a lot of people are very sometimes jealous or envious of people who were introduced to the sport earlier. And people have to understand, it's like, you want to feel proud of these people. You want to feel happy. You want to feel honored that these kids are introduced at such a young age, because we didn't have that. And it's like, I will always say this, and it's not just to like flex or nothing. Jessie is going to become a superstar, and she'll be better than any of us here.
I always
any
be
of us.
telling her, I'm like, girl, when you start playing D1, I'm gonna be there supporting you. It's either through
look at that.
video, in person. I don't care. Like, she's gonna become such a good player. She's already a great player. Imagine how much she's gonna evolve as she gets to like deepen herself within this sport.
And, you know, as we're talking about, you know, school, because we mentioned school, and, you know, she's obviously going to play high school, college, you know, she's going to be Division I. Education, I mean, obviously we're here for not only the sport of volleyball, but for education and learning.
Yes.
And, you know, MOS is not only to learn about the sport, but to learn more about yourself and others, and to spread that, I guess, like, new found love for people. You know, you want to introduce yourself to more people. We always talk about teamwork and working together. That is a part of life. You know, I remember being in high school and being like, oh my God, I hate working with people, this, that. At the end of the day, that is the reality of life. You have to work with people in life. And I want to talk about education. I mean, Paola, I don't know if you know, Paola de la Cruz.
Yes.
She was an outside hitter for Dragons last season. Committed to she committed to Bard College. I mean,
That's
what an
a big
opportunity.
thing.
She's
Great
playing
opportunity.
volleyball. Number 52, she's serving as we speak.
Great opportunity, and she really deserves that. Like, she has evolved so much as a player, and I feel that that was her moment. She got what she deserved, and she's gonna grow so much more as a player when she gets there. I'm like very happy that I get to see like her evolve as a player and how far she's gonna get, and how far she's gonna get in her education as well. Because she's continuing her education in college, and whatever dreams and hopes she has, she's gonna carry them on forever.
That's what I'm saying. It's not always just about the sport. It's bigger than the sport. It's about learning. And I mean, look at you, girl. Luz got so many. You know, this her senior year. She will be graduating. So she has so many different opportunities, so many different colleges to go to. Where did you choose? Would you like to tell the people where you chose to go?
I committed to Hunter, guys.
Congratulations. Everyone
you.
congratulate Luz, please. You know, and that made me so proud of her because, like we were talking about, it's the education. You know, there's so many good programs in Hunter that relate to the sport of volleyball, but it's about learning too, and you know, growing your knowledge and becoming an adult and being, you know, I guess getting that degree and you know, starting a new chapter of your life. It's a big thing.
I could say certainly that making that commitment was certainly hard and scary and stressful because when you had so many options to choose from. Because when I applied, I was like, I wanted to get out there, so I applied everywhere I could. And then to get back all these acceptances, you're like, okay, now I have to make an actual hard decision by myself. You see, so it's like kind of scary choosing on your own. But when I committed to Hunter, all I could think about was my future, my education, what was better for me and what was better for what I wanted to do in life, you know? And how I was gonna carry the values that I was taught here, that I was taught outside, how I was gonna carry that and put it in my education, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, you know, he's not here right now, but Jadiel, I mean, wow.
Yes.
I mean, he literally was introduced to the sport of volleyball last year. He's going into his second year of Stony Brook in the fall semester, and it's just like, I mean, the growth. The growth from him, I mean, I'm so proud of him. And you know, he's also part of this host team, another person who dedicates so much time.
Yes, he has dedicated a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy to MOS, as well as his studies and his education. That even though we do commit to this program every weekend, and even outside of the weekends when we're planning and everything, he has also kept up with his education and keeping up his grades. And it's so beautiful to see that he's getting another year at Stony Brook, right? And he's just evolving also as a player because he went from only playing middle to also evolving to playing outside and experimenting lib, you know? So it's like you see the growth as a player and you see how his defense is getting way better. His hits are getting way better, way more accurate, more consistency. The serves are there now. So it's like you see these players, people that commit to this organization, grow in different part of their lives, and it makes you feel like you've always been there for them.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I knew, y'all, I came last year. I knew nothing about MLS. I knew nothing.
Yeah.
I was put onto one of our other I was put on here by one of our other hosts, Damiel, and you know, I was so scared. I think a lot of people, they're very scared to join in the beginning because it's a new environment. It's not that it's a scary environment, but for some people it's scary. It's unknown territory, and you know that also talks about that also clocks in with education. It both intertwine. You know, for you, that decision was so hard because it's an unknown territory. It's a new environment, and that's scary. I mean, you're gonna be around people you've never met before. You're leaving that environment that you were in for 4 years of your life, high school. It's a new environment, and you know, it is. I was very scared to come here in the beginning, but I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have met so many amazing people here. And, you know, that's just something that I will carry on with me forever. Whether I come back next year if I have the time to, because, you know, we're all also, you know, becoming adults. And, you know, we all want to focus on main parts of our life. But whether I come back next year and a few years from now, because some of the coaches, you know, they may have taken one season break, but they come back. They come back years later when they've had more of their life together and they want to give back what they got from the previous coaches. And it just really shows, like, the impact that MOS not only has on volleyball, but on the people. Yeah.
And I could also say that stepping into unknown territory is also what makes people grow.
Yes.
Because if you always stay within that comfort zone, you're never going to grow as a person or as a player. That's why it's so important for a player to be acceptable to being a diverse player. Playing different players and stretching, going out there. Because I feel that the way, if they're more diverse, coaches are gonna look at them and be like, okay, that's who I want in my team. You see? Because it's like, if you're a diverse player, a coach could pick you and be like, I could put him anywhere. He's reliable right now. Because he could rock in the front, he could rock in the back.
Yeah.
You know? So I feel like it's so important to be diverse or be open to be diverse.
And it's not only that, it's like people don't realize like a lot of volleyball is a mental sport, and it really, I feel like a lot of the coaches here, they not only do they focus on skill, but that mentality. And that's something that you carry throughout life. Like the mentality of volleyball is key. And that's what really any sport, but you know, since this is a volleyball program, it's key. Coaches not only want players who are skilled, but players who have a good mentality,
Or
being on that
willing to
court,
grow. Or
and are willing to grow.
grow.
Exactly. Who are willing to take open criticism, who are willing to listen to what they have to say, because, like I said, you're growing as a person and a player. If you have that mentality or you don't have that mentality, that's what the coaches are here to do, to get you that mentality, because it will help you grow in life and as a volleyball player. You get better by hearing criticism. You get better by, hearing from people that you can look up to and who have experience. And the same thing implies in life. I mean, let's talk about college, for example. All the professors, all the people that you go to during classes, they have a lot of experience in that degree. They have a lot of experience in that department. That is exactly why people go to school, so they can educate themselves and learn more. That's exactly why people come here, to learn more about volleyball and about themselves.
And I feel this MOS is a great way to expose yourself to that kind of environment, you know? Like the way you're open to more coaches with from different backgrounds. You know?
Yes,
All
that's so
coaches
important.
come from different backgrounds right now. So it's like you're learning from different people that have different backgrounds, that have different experiences, that grew up differently. They all learn different ways, but they're all coming together to teach us how to play the sport with love, with commitment.
And it's so good to have so many perspectives. I mean, like you were just talking about, it's so important to have coaches from different backgrounds and different cultures and everything like that. And I think it does tie into the next part that I do want to talk about, which is, Victor Matos's vision and his just his vision, honestly. What he sees is no judgment. You can be here, you can be any culture, you can be any sexuality, any gender orientation, and there's no judgment here at MOS. We talk about not judging you based off the skill, but we also talk about not judging you based off who you are as a person. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you want to identify yourself as or express yourself as. We are here to learn as volleyball players and as people.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were here to judge you for who you are, you wouldn't grow.
The thing is, Victor Matos has always been a person about respect.
Yes.
Respecting who you are, but also you have to respect the environment around you and the resources that are given to you.
Exactly.
So it's just a big thing about this commitment you're doing. So the same way you're committing to the sport, to this organization, they're committing to you.
Exactly.
So they're gonna give you the respect, and they're gonna allow you to be who you are, as long as you're respecting yourself and others.
Exactly. That's the big thing with coaches. We always talk about respect for coaches. And, since we do consider ourselves one family, one team, we do have disagreements. We're not always going to agree on everything together. And, obviously the coaches are doing a lot behind the scenes to make sure that they ensure that this is the best program that it can be. But, they're not always going to agree with each other. But that's part of a family. That's part of growing with each other is, you have to understand that there are multiple perspectives, there are multiple ways, there are multiple views on how something can be ran. And it can still have the same impact. Every coach here has a different coaching style, but you can still have that same impact and that same response to the players to make sure they grow, make sure they become better, and it's important. It's really important because you want everyone to grow individually, no matter what coaching style it is, no matter how they are as a player. Everyone is different. Not every coaching style, not every player is going to be the same. You have to switch it up for each player.
I feel that's why the draft is so important. Because even though we're one family, one team, I feel that the draft really picks out the individuals and helps them grow. Because you're getting picked by different coaches that have different expectations for you, and they're gonna help you grow into those expectations. And even though you might be in one team, if the other team sees you struggling when we're doing open gym or for members or something, they're gonna come up to you and tell you,
Exactly.
hey, you're doing this wrong. This is the right way to do it, you know? Or they're gonna be like, okay, just do this better.
Exactly.
So I feel that we're so big on one family, one team, so we're always gonna be there for each other. Even right now, even if we're enemies at the moment and we're playing, going hard on the game.
At the end of the day, whether or not we're in the league and we're playing against each other or with each other, we all are there to support one another. And I mean, I feel like you're such a product of that. I mean, Luz was the captain of her volleyball team, and I mean, it shows every day. I personally always feel like I have been a leader, you know, at least as a libero, but talking about Luz, I mean, she will help anyone on that court. She will always make sure that she's giving her all to her team and to her players and to her family. That's how we've always been, and that's the same way I've always been. That is just what we do, whether or not you're a new player or a veteran player. If I see you on the court struggling and I feel like I can give you some advice, some criticism, I'm going to, and I'm gonna make sure that I try to understand how I can help you the best. Not everyone is the same. Not everyone is going to take the same criticism the same way. You have to make sure, and I feel like all of us as players try to understand one another and try to learn each other's habits to make sure, hey, I don't want to come off the wrong way, but I think this can help you.
I feel like criticism just helps a player grow. And I just feel that the way we do things is also the way we carry ourselves out. So it's like, yes, I've always been big on helping people on the court, but it's also because I want somebody to help me on the court if I'm struggling that one day. So it'd be like the same way I want to be approachable for all of you guys. I also be like, if I'm ever like doing something wrong, I want to be be giving help.
Exactly, because I feel like at the end of the day, we want things that we either didn't have, or we want to give people better opportunities. Why not give people opportunity that we might not have had in the past? That's something that we just have always been so open to doing, because we can give the best advice that we can, especially because we've been here for previous seasons. You know, there's so many new kids this season compared to last year. There's a lot of returning faces, obviously.
Yes.
But also a lot of new kids, and it's like, that's so important to growing and to becoming better players. You want to have faith in other people, but also have faith in yourself.
Yes.
And that's just a really important thing. And you guys, I'm gonna still be here, but we're also gonna have Ray Ray once again come, you know, do a little interview with number 48. And we're gonna, you know, introduce another new player here, and we're gonna see how they're feeling today about the tryouts and how they're really feeling. Are they confident? How do they feel about the environment? How do they feel about being here?
We're gonna get a little insight from a player on the court, trying out for the, to see if how they like it, how they're feeling, what they expect out of it, things like that.
So, you know, y'all not gonna see me in a little bit, but we will be back in a second, but you will still hear my voice. But Luz, I'm so glad that you were here.
Thank you for
I'm
having
so
me.
grateful for you here. You know, it's always an honor, a pleasure to have you here. And I feel like Luz just gave a lot of wisdom that is very important for this program and very important as a volleyball player. So I'm happy that you were here, beautiful. And I
Thank
appreciate
you.
The camera? Okay, but like I was telling you guys, right now I'm actually gonna stand up in the middle of the court. Right now we still have a lot of the kids trying out, and I wanna talk about the one that we're gonna interview, number 64. Number 64 we're gonna interview. So his name is Kevin, and he has played in many different leagues before. But I love that he comes to MOS to give his insight and give his wisdom on the sport. His wisdom and his insight on the sport, because, you know, there's a lot of people that don't know as much as he does. He's a very strong player, and he can give his view on the sport that not a lot of people can give, because he's so experienced. You know, I always talk about how there's so many new and returning players, but I always talk about how there's a lot of returning players, But it's also very important to talk about how there's a lot of new players that are very experienced that can help some of the older or the veterans learn more about the sport. And I'm grateful that we're going to be interviewing him in a little while. But right now we want to make sure that he finishes his tryout and, finishes his, what's the word for that? I guess like his demonstration for the coaches so they can see like how he performs.
Never mind, he told me it's I need one of your bags.
So, like I said, in a little bit we're gonna have Ray Ray interview. Sorry, I did talk about highlighting number 64, but since he is on the cover now, we're actually gonna interview Esmeralda Blanco, Tiny. She is a key player. And I'm pretty sure she's number 48, but I'm not 100% sure. But she's a key player. She's a leader. She's another player. She's been here for so many seasons. She's been here, she's been at Blue Chip, she's been at so many different organizations. And like I said, she's another player where she can give her insight and her view on the sport that not many people can give. And it just shows like how good of a player she really is. And she's also one of the hosts that I host with, and she's a part of my host team. And she's just genuinely a good person, In the world, you don't really meet a lot of genuinely good people like Tiny. And she really just gives her soul and her heart to dedicating to this program. She's another one just like Luce, just like Chubbs. She gives so many hours, so much time to this program, and it shows that she really wants to give back what she's learned from MOS and what people have given for her. So we're gonna interview her in a little bit, and I want to hear what Ray Ray has to say and what she has to tell the people. Like, hey, I wonder what she's gonna ask her. I'm very curious because there's so much to ask Tiny. She's such a crucial player, a crucial person in this organization. Without Tiny, there wouldn't be a lot of things that we have here. She's given us so many ideas for the organization, so many ideas for players on the court, and it's very important and it's very key. All right, so I am back, you guys, real quick. I'm sorry, there was a little mishap. We actually are not interviewing Esmeralda Blanco. We are introducing number 48 in the tryout. Her name is Marlene de la Cruz, and it's gonna be Tiny and Ray Ray interviewing her. So I want to, cut to them and let them have their moment. So there you go.
So, hey guys, we're here with another interview and we brought back Tiny. And today we're here with, so Marlene, how's it feel to be a new player here at MOS? First season, brand new.
It feels good. Everybody can be respectful, and I love everybody. It's so nice, and the energy is good.
So, previous to like MOS, you've been playing volleyball, right?
Yeah, I was in the volleyball team in our school, and I played for 2 years, and I was libero, and it was a fun experience. I loved playing. Yeah.
So with the libero position, are you open to other positions or are you just open, I mean, not open, but like, or are you just more comfortable with like defensive positions and stuff like that?
I'm comfortable with defensive, but like I'm open to try new positions because I've been working on my spikes. And, like,
That's really
my
exciting.
defense
Yeah.
and stuff.
So, what are you looking forward to? Like, you know some of the coaches? Like,
I know Billy. I think that's it. Yeah, Billy.
Billy? Yeah.
'Cause
So,
I don't
what do
know.
you expect? Like, what's your expectations?
My expectation is to learn more, get new experience, because I feel like if I join MOS, I'll like get better at defense and like and try new positions that I never tried.
That's like one of our goals here. Like, we want to like develop players. We want to develop each other.
Undersized hitters on the rise.
Right. I mean, we have a great representation of like female hitters here. So
Yeah.
like Ariana, Anna, even though she plays setter, she actually can hit really good. And you have a new coach, Rachel. She's amazing. Yeah. I
Oh,
think
and we
you-
have, oh my God, who is this girl? I'm thinking, Carla.
Carla.
You guys remember Carla? Oh my God. Carla's so good on the opposite and outside position. Awesome. But back to you. So with this like new experimentation with like outside positions, hitting, spiking, like what do you hope to learn from that? And how do you think that's going to translate into your like main positions? And, or I mean, if you want to eventually like switch off to a different like hitting position, a more front row position.
Like I said before, like learning new positions is gonna give me more experiences in volleyball in general, and I feel like I'm only used to libero, so I just want to like be open to.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've
Yeah.
all been through
We have a lot of.
career change.
I wasn't outside. I was the right side. Now I'm a lib. But there's a lot of liberos here, and I think we can all help each other and learn from each other. So yeah, it's a really good look to know that. Well, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you. Are you excited for the new season?
Yeah, of course.
So
Good luck
thank
today.
you.
You're
Thank
trying
you.
out.
Yeah.
We're all trying out.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll have you next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, me and Ray Ray are back here on the mics. I mean, Ray Ray, girl, I want to hear from you though. Like, I don't want to interview you a little bit, but how's the tryout going, love?
Honestly, it was really cool. I mean, for me personally, as like a 40-year vet, I'm just like, all the coaches know me. I'm gonna have fun. So, and that's really what's important, like just having fun. And just getting to know new people. I was passing with people I had never met before, and like they were so impressive to be around. They were doing a great job. We were communicating so well, high-fiving, everything. And with me and with everyone, like I was trying to encourage them to just try new things. Like the girl that was in my group, she's really small. I forgot what number she was wearing, but she wasn't very strong with her overhand serve. And at one point, I saw her switch to underhand, and I was like, listen, if that's what works for you, go ahead, but keep trying that overhand.
Yeah, don't give
Like,
up.
yeah, like develop it. Like at this point, coaches are more excited that you're trying it than that like they don't really care as much that you missed every single one. It's more so that like you're gonna keep pushing yourself. You have 5 chances, you're gonna use every single one of those chances to get it over. And when we went back to do it again, she was getting them over.
Exactly. It's that dedication and determination. You can't give up. The coaches believe in you, but so do we.
Right.
And I love, as we're standing here, I'm looking at all these kids, and I see a lot of familiar faces, at least to me.
Yeah.
I love the diversity in the different high schools. Some of these kids are in college, but
Oh, yeah.
I love to see the diversity of the different players. And I mean, number 63, that was actually my teammate in Monroe High School.
Yeah.
When we used to play together, and I love the diversity.
These 2 seasons of MOS have to be the most like familiar ones. Like whole high school teams are joining, and it's like, I don't know, it's so cool to see because when I joined MOS, like I didn't know anyone. I was like a complete newbie. I was like looking for guidance because I go to school in Manhattan. MOS is located in the Bronx, so I knew nobody. And this year also, we're getting a lot of like Manhattan recruits. We're really expanding into more boroughs. We're getting more recognition, which is awesome. And yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited to see how everybody's experimenting on this drill. Like you never really get those 5 chances to serve, so I like how everybody's using them and just trying their best.
And right now we have finished the, serve receive drill, and I was telling Luce that's a key drill, has to be the first drill. I mean,
Yes.
You got to pass the ball first.
That's exactly what you're gonna do when you get on the court in a game.
So
You're
I
gonna
think
serve receive.
they're about to switch it up, try something new, try something different. As you can see, Coach Ruben and Coach Billy talking on the court, and I mean, like I said, I just love the different types of diversity, different types of people here, and a different nature at MOS because, like Ray Ray was saying, I mean, my last year I really didn't know that many people. I didn't know that many people. I didn't know all these faces, and now I know so many of these people, and it really shows you like how small the volleyball world is. I mean, now I'm here. It's like, now that I'm here, it's like, wow, like I know so many of these people, and it blew my mind when I came last year because yes, I didn't know so many, but there were also so many that I didn't know. I'm like, wait, I remember you from PSA. I remember you from my league.
Yeah.
And it shows like how small the volleyball world truly is in New York because there are so many familiar faces that you will see over and over and over and over again. And Ray Ray's gonna sign out, you guys. She's gonna go try out.
Be back soon though.
You will see her face again with me. And I think I'm gonna get Luce back right now so we can talk about this next drill that they're doing. I think Coach Billy and Coach Ruben are gonna run the same drill that they did with us yesterday where they have them in 3 separate lines and they have the 3 coaches swinging at them. And they do the down ball, the set ball, and then the tip ball so they can get the players on their feet and have them moving around. But I love this drill. I feel like, as a libero, this is a very good and constructive drill for the players, and the coaches to see how their defense is. And it's a very important drill, a very important and key drill because, like I've said a million times, without defense, you cannot get nowhere. And I think, Luce, especially, that girl, you're a setter.
Yeah, I feel that a lot of teams, talking from experience, high school team, a lot of high schools focus more about hitting power when I think what's more important is defense because you get nowhere without that defense. You can't get that hit without that ball being up. And I feel like it's such a core thing for the defense to be there, always.
I agree with you. I feel like the defense is very key. I mean, that is what wins rallies. Whether you get the ball over, whether the ball is still on your side when you dig that ball, it's very important.
Yes.
I mean, without defense, there's nothing. Oh, no, actually, this is not the same drill that they did yesterday. This is a complete different drill.
I think this drill will get them moving a lot more. Well, in both drills, I think you get moving a lot. But here, you're focused about picking up not only hard hits, but also soft ones, Because it's not, volleyball has never been like predictable. So you always need to be on your toes. You always need to be ready for everything. And I feel this drill does that for you.
And I love it because, as you can see, Coach Billy, Coach Ruben, I could see is taking it a little easier on them, but Coach Billy, he is making a realistic situation. The ball can really be anywhere on that court. You have to hustle and get your body there. They're still doing the same type of drill. It's just that they're using, the two courts because different techniques, and they're using two courts because there are so many kids today versus yesterday. And this is, like I said, very important drill because you have to be ready for the ball anytime, anywhere. It doesn't matter what position you're playing. The only position that does not pass is middle.
Yeah.
You playing right side or opposite, you still pass in the back row.
But even though I feel oppositions should know how to pass, because they might need you that one day. Because that was such a big thing for me as a setter in high school. I wasn't passing at all. So, they were always covering me, so my defense was not there. And I found how key it was when I got here. Defense is such a big thing,
Yeah, and I agree with you, Luce. People always talk about like the fundamentals of volleyball. I think passing is something everyone needs to know. Everyone needs to know how to pass. There shouldn't be a single player that doesn't know how to pass. And hitting is a different story. Not everyone can hit the ball. And I mean, you see the amazing hustle by Jessie, number 56. I mean, like I said previously, 14. Oh my God.
I wish I was introduced to volleyball that young. Because I feel it really shapes the way you think and your perspective on things. It shapes how hard you work for things as well. So I feel like she's motivated to do something and she keeps doing it.
And like a lot of the kids here, she's very determined to grow and become a better player.
Yeah.
And I adore that, that mindset is what we teach here at MOS. You want to be willing to grow and learn as a player because these coaches only want what's best for you. They want you to become better. And I love the hustle from all the players on both sides with this ball. That mindset is don't let that ball drop. And that ball is not dropping. Everyone's making sure they get a touch. Everyone's making sure they get to that ball. Whether Coach Billy is throwing the ball behind them, close to them, exactly anywhere on that court, they're still, willing to sacrifice their body and be on the floor to get that ball and get a touch.
I also feel it's like that ball, if it's up, it's up.
Yes.
No matter what, if it's up, it's up. You play it until you get it over. You play it until it touches the floor. So as you see, like they're all working so hard to get that ball up, and we're gonna see if we can get one of our players, one of our hosts, to be mic'd up on the court, so that she could also give you a little perspective, a little insight on how it feels to be doing this drill. So and we'll be back.
Yeah, we will be back, and Mike, you already know who's going to. I mean, let's guess. You'll see who it is in a few seconds. So.
Hey guys, it's Ray Ray. Wonder if you guys guessed that or not. So for this drill, we're with Coach Billy. He's giving us a down ball, a free ball, and a hustle ball. And oh my God. Coach Billy is just not holding back. Guys, that was like the hardest thing I've ever had to do. No, I'm kidding. It was honestly really exciting. He does not hold back at all. Whether you're a beginner, experienced, doesn't matter. He's gonna give you the hardest down ball ever. He's really gonna make you run for that ball. Billy holds everybody to the highest standards, and I mean, really, that's what makes him such a respectable coach. He's gonna develop you in the same way he's gonna develop one of his more advanced players. And we love Coach Billy, guys. He does the most for us here. And now, I will be returning this mic to the commentator's table.
And just like that, we're back again. But I'm happy that Ray was able to give us a little inside perspective on the court and seeing how the drill is. I think it's so nice hearing her point of view because, she is a libero and this is something that she specializes in.
Yes.
But
I feel I met Ray. I was first introduced to Ray during Blue Chips, and I met her and she was just rough, right? But she was also playing, And when I started coming to MOS, she was so open, she was so nice to me, and she saw my defense, it was something I was lacking. And she didn't get mad at me, she just told me, you're there, you just gotta move a little. And she pushed me to like always be moving, always trying. And if I have to throw myself on that floor, then I'm giving my body and throwing myself on that floor.
I mean, yeah, and you know, that was a big thing for you, Luz, that you learned as a player. That was one thing that Luz learned as a player, as that she was key to wanting to learn defense. I mean, a setter. We talked about it in high school. You were a setter. You didn't defend as much.
No.
Ray was one of those key people that taught you how to learn how to be a defender. And I mean, Luz could play honestly anything. If she wanted to, she could hit it. She wanted to be setting, she could still set. And if she wanted to be a lid, she could still be a lid. It shows that she was so open to learning so many new positions and to learn more as a player. And that's what I love.
I feel that I was more open. I feel like I wanted to experiment the new positions and just kind of like throw myself out there and learn everything I can. Because at the end of the day, for you to be a versatile player, you need to learn to throw yourself out there and play all the positions you can.
So you guys, I want you guys to join
Ray
me
Ray
on the
is
floor
back
with
on.
our host, Ray Ray. Wow, she is trying out. And, you know, we're here and, I mean, girl, how are you feeling?
Honestly, heart's pumping right now. Billy has us moving.
And I was just telling Luz, like, this is such a great drill, and I love that we're hearing your perspective because you're a libero. This is a defensive drill.
Yeah.
It's something that you are very well aware of and very known of.
Yeah, I mean, getting to the ball is essential, and I mean, I always like to say a good touch is any touch is a good touch, but really like, the quality of that touch really counts. And doing this drill over and over and over again, you're gonna improve the quality of your touches. Because it's one thing to just touch the ball. Yes, another teammate can get it, but if you can make the job, as a libero, your job is to make your job is to make everyone else's job easy. So if you can do that at any point, awesome.
And it really shows like how important this drill is. I was talking about it with Luz, like this is a very good drill because the ball can go anywhere on that court.
Yes.
It can go anywhere. It doesn't matter what position you're playing. And she was talking about it with me, the recoil of the ball. But
We
we
just
were
gotta
talking
tag
about it.
you
Yeah,
guys.
we were talking about it with how it's very important to know how to pass at any position. Because, you know, I talked about it with Luz. She was like, I was telling her, oh, you know, maybe middles don't really have to pass that much. But she was like, at the end of the day, that's the first thing you need to know how to do.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what position you play, you gotta pass the ball.
Yeah, in collegiate volleyball, middles take short balls, guys.
Yep. Everyone passes in volleyball, and that's a great pass on number 53 right there.
Yep. I mean, for any position, this is
And
an
good
awesome drill,
touch.
but yeah.
And like, as you guys can see, Ray Ray is up next. Sorry if I hesitate a little bit there. I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting hectic.
But Ray Ray is going to be the next one to go. And I just want you to see like her dedication, her determination to how she is while she's passing. Good touch by her right there. Look at that, even picking up with her feet. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You give
Yeah.
your whole body.
Guys, I just got
to
really cool
the
up on my
court,
foot.
to the ball.
We're gonna
doesn't
pretend it was on
matter.
purpose, but yeah.
It was on purpose, you know that. I was just telling him, you give your whole body to the ball. You give anything that you have to the ball.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like when something's coming at you really unexpected, you're like, oh my God, my hands aren't gonna get through it that fast. My feet are stuck. Use whatever you have. Like whatever can get there, just touch the ball. You do not always have to get the ball with your like both arms, your whole platform. You have to get it with like one arm, your knuckles, your foot, your knee. Like it does not matter.
Anything.
Sometimes it's gonna work out better for you.
And I want to ask you, Ray Ray, what do you think the coaches want to see from this drill as in a coach's perspective?
In a coach's perspective, I promise you the last thing that they're looking at is genuine skill. They're looking more at hustle, at like determination, dedication, like striving. They want to see that you, no matter how many times you fail, you're going to get up and do it again anyways. You're going to still get to the back of that line, come back and do it again. You're going to get back to that point that Billy's tossing the ball at you at, and you're just going to keep trying. And if you can do that, I mean, you're a winner in their books, I promise.
And you know, and I love it because people don't understand. People don't understand that it's not really about, oh, I'm not gonna touch the ball. Billy's not worried about if you touch the ball or not. What he's worried about is seeing if you can force yourself and, you know, give it your all.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this drill. I think Coach Billy and the other coaches are watching and looking and seeing like, hey, who is really, you know, pushing themselves and forcing their bodies past their limit to get to that ball and get a touch at the ball. It's not always about getting a touch, but it's about seeing that determination on how you can get there.
I think he also is trying to see like improvement. You know, if he's like, hey, the last time I saw you, you didn't get the best touch on this ball. I'm gonna do it to you again, and I'm gonna keep doing it to you again. And he wants to see improvement also. Just how coachable are you? How many times do I have to tell you do this before you actually do it? You know?
And that's just very important. Look, I mean, like I said, he's making all the kids hustle. It doesn't matter if it's a good touch or not. He wants y'all to get there. And Billy's not holding back. He's swinging. He is swinging with all his force, all his might. And I have a feeling he's about to tip this ball to Ray. It's not going to be a swing this time. Oh, it is. And look at that receive. Look at it. I mean, it's beautiful. And, you know, that's what he's looking for. That's what he wants. That determination, that dedication. And I mean, hey, good job.
Improvement.
Exactly.
Improvement.
You know,
yes.
That's what he wants to see. You're getting better at the second.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm just so excited to see what other drills and, you know, things that the coaches want to do throughout the tryouts to see and test with players and see when that they're, you know, so much potential. Because, you know, at the end of the day, they are doing this so they can figure out who they want on their team.
Yeah.
And how they could win throughout this season.
Yes, of course. And also just to like develop young minds, young athletes. I mean, I'm having fun. I hope everyone else is having fun.
I feel like this is a Lib's dream.
Yeah, honestly, this really is. Because me, like, I can feel the improvement in myself. Like, I know that first ball I got with my foot, I'm like, damn, if I had just taken that split step, I could have gotten there faster. And you know what? My second time around, I got 2 down balls back to back. I got one up the next one. I read it, I adjusted with my split step, and I got there. And I really hope that everyone on this line is opening their eyes to that, hope, like realizing little by little that they can get to that ball. Every ball is touchable.
And that's what I talk about with the mindset. But it was so lovely to be here with you.
Thank you for having me, Levi. And I loved being mic'd up on the court. I mean, this is awesome.
And I mean, it's amazing to just have that different perspective and let other people like really like feel like they're on the court with you.
Yes.
So it was an honor.
I love taking everybody on this trip with me. I will return this mic now and let you do your thing. Ray Ray signing off.
But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna, you know, bring it back to me and Luce together again, our other host. But I mean, Luce, how did you feel seeing Ray Ray on the court like that? And what do you think this? I was asking Ray Ray, but I want to ask you as a spectator. What do you think that this drill is trying to teach? Or what are the coaches trying to see from this drill? Is it about digging the ball or is it about the hustle? What do you think?
I think it's about the hustle more than even the dig. Because you see how they're like kind of like spreading out everything, kind of always changing it up because they don't want to become predictable. But you always have to hustle for that ball because at the end of the day, you might dig for that ball, but you don't know if it's coming right back at you. Because if it's going to an overpass, the hitter might just jump and freaking kill it.
And it's like, if you saw with Ray Ray, I mean, she dug the ball perfectly 3 times and Billy swung again. Look, even again, he'll swing and swing and swing and swing. Because that's what Billy wants to see. That's what Coach Billy wants, that hustle.
I feel it's all about consistency and the hustle and being there. And even if you picked it up once, picking it up again and being there to pick it up, like how many times is as needed, you know? It's all about always being prepared, always being on your toes. Because the ball is not always gonna come to you either. You have to move for it.
And that's what I was talking about with Ray Ray. Like, she said that it's about the hustle, and I agree. One thing a coach always wants to see is the hustle and the way you will push your body beyond its limits to make sure that you'll get under that ball. It doesn't matter about how good the touch is, how bad the touch is. If you're dedicated to touching that ball, I mean, look at what is it, Emily on the other side, number 44. That ball almost seemed impossible, but if you tell yourself in your head, if the ball is touchable, your body will get there. And I think we both know that as liberals.
Yeah.
The people who play lib, you can touch every ball.
I feel like at the beginning, as you start to play, you're afraid of the of the floor. You're afraid of throwing yourself. Because I was there once before, you know. By the minute you touch and you throw yourself that one time, it opens like so many doors. Because it's like, okay, now you're putting your body, you're using your body to get that ball. No matter what, you're gonna get there. No matter the bruises, no matter the scratches, you're always gonna get there, and that's what's possible. So it's like if you're having a bad day, you always have to think, I could do this. I'm gonna do this, and you just have to keep trying.
And like I said, I love that we keep getting back. Like it always ties back into the fact that it is a mental thing.
Yes.
You know, you talked about how important it is to get that first dive on the floor, to finally touch that floor for the first time. A lot of people have that mental block that they are scared to touch the ground, to be on the floor. Once you get beyond that block, that is what makes you a better player. Because at the end of the day, what I've learned as a libero, and I think what a lot of libs have learned, is you don't have to be on the floor every single time to get the ball. But you have to sacrifice your body to keep the ball in play. When you need to do it, you have to do it. And once you get past that mental block, I mean, it makes you a better player. And the same thing with hitters too. You know, I talk a lot about defense because I am a defensive specialist, but same thing with hitters. Hitters wanting to swing through the block, swing over the block, swing around the block. The block should never scare you. Never be scared to make a play in volleyball. It will make you a better player. Always. It will always make you a better player.
It's always about learning new alternatives. It's
Yes.
all about learning the different options you have. Because the options are endless when you know the game. When you're learning, you're taking time to learn and love the game. The options like you create for yourself and for your teammates,
I agree.
a lot of them are possible, you know? It's all about just putting yourself out there and always hustling for that ball.
And, you know, it really makes you think, like, wow, like, how amazing is it that we can push a lot of these kids who may be afraid or may be scared to sacrifice their body or even, like, give themselves up for the ball to do it. And we always talk about alternatives, but, like, nothing limits you. It doesn't matter your height, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You are capable of anything as long as you believe in it. It doesn't matter if you're a short setter, if you're a short hitter, find another way around it.
I feel like there's a big stigma about setters having to be tall. And you know, there's certainly an advantage for a setter to be tall. But setters here have shown otherwise. Like you've shown, literally when the ball is too tight, all I have to do is like, I try my best, I jump, I push it up with my palm, I push it up with something, but I'm getting that touch no matter what. You know? So it's like, as long as you put your mind to it, you're gonna get there. And you have to work around those little struggles that you find. You have to work through them, but at the end of the day, you're working through them to become a stronger player.
And it's just so important, but I love the word use alternative, like it's just really ringing in my head because we all have to try different ways. You know, I have been, working my best to try to become a better outside. I want to learn how to hit because I don't want to, waste my youth with the vertical jump that I have and not use that to my advantage. And I'm not the most efficient here. I'm not the best hitter that I can be yet, but I know that I am improving, and there are some different things that I have to do because of my height. I'm not as tall as some of the other hitters here, but I'm still able to be just as efficient as them with different alternatives.
And
just like how you are with setting.
And I feel that you taking the time to learn how to hit, properly learn how to hit, and using that to your advantage is just making you a stronger player. Because now you're a great lip, but you could also hit. So it's like, if they ever need an outside or even a right side and be like, hey, we need your defense, but we also need your hits. The minute you're in the back, you're killing it at defense, and the minute you step up there, you're helping your team get those points, you know? So it's like, no matter what, you're always gonna be helping them, and it's like also good for the player to always evolve and try to help in whatever way they can.
And that's why I was talking about it with Ray Ray, but even I was talking about it with you. That's just something that's key about you and a lot of other players here is that knowing multiple positions, being able to give your team what they need in the moment. You know, people sign up for certain positions here, and we talked about it to the kids downstairs during my tryout yesterday. a lot of the coaches want what's best for you. And, you may believe that you are a certain position, but the coaches want to test your limits and push you and see, wait, let me see if this person can play this other position because I feel like they excel very well here. I want them to try this new position. I feel like Coach Billy is a very good example of that. He has pushed so many people beyond their limits. I mean, look at Paola. She was, strictly a setter. And I mean, she has become such a great outside. Her defense, amazing. She's a setter. Setters don't really pass as much. She is incredible on serve receive. She's incredible when she's digging the ball, and she's an incredible hitter now. Coach Billy pushed her to become a hitter last season because he thought that that was what was best for her and her height. But not only just her height, for what she had, her swing, I mean, look at her now.
Her swing was natural. It just needed work. And I mean, like, a lot of the coaches here are gonna push you to become versatile. And I feel it's up to the player to either accept those changes or be like blocked, have this mental block to be like, I want to play this position.
Yeah.
And if they do have that mental block, is that they're not really gonna evolve as a player.
But
I feel that everybody that's trying out here has the potential to grow and learn a lot more positions. And from what I see now at tryouts, I feel that they're gonna be more than willing to learn and grow.
And like I said, tryouts is not only about showing your skills off to the coach, but showing how hard you will work for yourself and others. And I know the coaches see everything. And it's so important to, even during tryouts, you want to show off how great you are, but you also want to help your other teammates.
Yeah.
Just because, you're performing at your best doesn't mean someone else is, performing at the best. Some people might be shy, some people might be uncomfortable. You can be that teammate and that player that can help them and open up new opportunities for them as a player and a person. Be that leader, be that role model that, you might have wanted when you were shy and uncomfortable. And that's just so important. It's not just about your skill set, it's about how you can help yourself and others. And that is what the coaches want to say. I think that's the most important thing.
Connecting to what you said, it's all about the energy.
Yes.
Like, that's why you always try to always keep it a good energy, be like, yes, you got this, come on, next point, we got this, come on. Because at the end of the day, you might be a great player, but if you have this off energy, this bad energy, when you're putting yourself and your teammates down, it's not gonna work. So I feel it's always having this infectious energy in the way that you're always putting people up as you play.
Because at the end of the day, like you said, that your skill set does not exceed your energy. I think the mindset and that positivity you need on the court all the time. You can be I don't want to say worse, because there's no worse player. You can be a beginner, you can be a new player and have an amazing mindset. That is what a coach wants.
Yes.
You can be worked up to become an amazing player and have that beautiful mindset. That is so important. And you talked about it with me and with you. Doesn't matter if we're down by 5, by 10, it does not
20.
matter. The game is not over.
No.
And let's stay locked in. There's always a chance to come back. There's always a chance to make a difference on that court, whether or not you believe the game is over.
And even if you lose, I feel that losing with a positive energy is always the best way to end it. Because you're like, yes, we lost, but we got the next one. Because what? We're playing another one right after this. So I feel it's always keeping that good energy for yourself and your teammates. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters.
And that is so important. And it just shows that you won't give up on yourself. That's what a coach wants. You will not give up on yourself because they're gonna give their all to you, but now it's up to you to take that in. And like you
give
said,
your all to yourself and them.
But that is just such an important thing, and the energy is what you need because it keeps you consistent as a player. You can be a great player or you can be a bad player, but once you're happy and positive, you're rocking. And like you said, you can lose with a good mindset. Losing is not a bad thing. You gain so much knowledge, you gain so much information from losing, and on and off the court you can learn so much about the sport. You don't need to be on the court playing every single day to learn so much about the sport.
For me, I'm saying to win, you have to learn how to lose. And sometimes losing helps you grow, helps your teammates talk to each other and communicate more.
I agree.
Learn from their mistakes and be like, hey, we did this wrong, let's fix it for next game.
Yep.
Let's do this right, Or let's do this better. Because like with the effort, you're always gonna keep going and make it right. Because there's never gonna be a perfect game. There's never gonna be a perfect person, a perfect player. But as long as you're always trying to give it your all, that's what always matters.
And that's why I always talk about you guys. Like I talked about it earlier, Luz being a leader, but you know, she's been there for me when I've had some of my worst days. I mean, you will always be the uplifting player that I might need. There have been so many days where you'll pick me, you know, whether I'm hitting or I'm playing lib, and I might have a bad day, but you're always there to remind me it's okay. We don't have to be perfect. We make up for each other's mistakes. That's the point of the sport. Maybe I have a bad first touch. Now you're gonna hustle, try to put the best set you can for our outsider. Maybe I have a really good pass and the set isn't perfect. Our outsider's gonna try to fix it. You know, that's what you want on the court. You working for each other. It's a team sport.
And always being there for each other. Because sometimes you give me a dime of a pass and I mess it up and I'd be like, hey, your pass, beautiful. That was me, I got it next time, you know?
And the same thing with me with you. Oh, you know what? It wasn't a perfect set. Get the next one. I'll pass it again. Let's get another play going. It doesn't matter when mistakes get made. When we make mistakes together and as a team.
I feel it's so much about putting things for each other, there for each other, always trying your best, always giving it your all, always being a family, remembering that like we all together, we're all in that team trying to win. We all have the same goal. We all have different playing styles, but right now we need to come together and play.
And win.
And win.
Well, not even just win, but have fun.
Yeah.
You know, obviously during the league, you know, you want to win, you want to get to the end, you want to get in playoffs, but let's have fun. Let's enjoy the sport of volleyball. Whether we win or lose, you can grow. Obviously, you know, when you step on that court, I mean, I think everyone wants to win. But a very important thing is wanting to learn and wanting to have fun. Don't play the sport and not enjoy it. You want to have fun and enjoy it to the fullest potential.
I feel that having love for the sport is what makes you want to die for it. It makes you want to set it, makes you want to kill it, because at the end of the day, the love for your sport is what drives you.
And it makes you a better person and a better player. And that's just, you know, we talked about it all day, but that is really what I feel is the key aspect of our organization. And that is the key thing that coaches look for every day, whether it's tryouts, whether it's open gym, whether it's during the league. They just want you to be positive and have a very open-minded, you know, headspace. And I mean, what are we seeing different about this group than the group that we just previously saw? Because, you know, this is a new group that is here passing.
Honestly, I feel that they all have a lot of drive in them. They all have moving. Some of them are making like those little mistakes, maybe not getting in time, but they're getting up and going back into the line ready for the next one. And I feel that's what's always good, you know?
What I realized about this group that's very different from the other group, a lot of these are hitters.
Yeah.
I think the only non-hitter here is Legna, she's a libero. But the rest of them, she is number 67, by the way. The rest of them are all hitters. I mean, we see number 63, Kenneth, number 64, Kevin, and right now we see number 70, Shaw. I mean, these are all outsides. And I mean, Kevin's a right side, but you know, he can play anything. All hitters that play in the front row, but the coaches still want to see them pass.
Yeah, let's talk about 64 for a minute. I've met him, he's come to MLS for a couple of weeks now, right? And first time I met him, I played against him, I played with him. And first time I met him, I was like, okay, he's a nice person. And then you get on the court with him and his mood completely like just rises. He's like, okay, now we're here to play. And the mistakes you make on the court, he's like, okay, we got the next one. Or he tells you, okay, just do this better. You know, just fix this, fix that. So I feel like 64 is such a positive attitude. Even number 63 right now, that's on the court. I feel that sometimes he may not, for example, maybe I'm having a bad day as a setter, or maybe he's having a bad day as a hitter. He communicates that. He's telling you, like, it's not your sets, it's me.
Yeah. And I feel like he has such a good job of handling that feeling, because, you know, it's never a good feeling as a player to do bad, but I mean, Kenneth has done so well on, working on being able to just have that short-term memory. I made a mistake. I'm not having a good moment right now. Let's shake it off. I can get that next point. And I was talking about that right before we did the interview with Marlene, that 64 Kevin, I mean, he's such a great person and a great player, and that's something we need at MOS. He is not at any means a beginner. He's new here, but he is not a beginner. And that is key. That is very key as someone, as a player here, because you want that type of player to be surrounded with new players and beginners, because he can teach them so many different things that they have never been taught before. So he's been in so many different clubs, so many different leagues. It will teach them, like, hey, I'm experienced with this. Let me help you learn these different types of techniques maybe you've never heard before. And I want to give you my input because this is not my first rodeo. It's not the first time I've played.
And that also creates a sense of competitiveness.
Yes.
Because it's like when I was playing against him and I was playing defense, he kept hitting number one beat every single time. And I'm like, okay, like, I need to get there somehow, but I need to get there, And then that one time I picked him up, it wasn't the perfect pass, but I was like, it's up, And it's like it created this sense of competitiveness because I was like, okay, I want to be there. I want to get there and at least pick him up and be like, it's up,
And that's why I love it. It's like, competitiveness can be healthy and positive. It doesn't have to be this negative thing where it's, it's not even, because people always, I feel like a lot of people relate negativity to shouting and yelling. You can be so positive and be very competitive, shouting across the court, yelling at the other side, because at the end of the day, that's your family, and that's someone that you look up to and you will be there for if they're against you or on your team. God forbid anyone gets hit on that court, gets hurt by the ball, we're all going to be there for each other, and we're all going to be there for that person because that's our family, and that's, someone that we will look out for forever and ever.
I feel it's all about being there and learning how to switch, because you could go here from playing against each other to playing together. So it's all about being adaptable and learning how to play with different people, because we're always switching it up here. We're always playing with different players, new upcoming ones, returning ones, whatever. We're always switching up the teams, the players we play with.
And I don't know, it is very inspirational, and I'm always so grateful that we have this type of environment for people, because this is not an environment that is very accessible for a lot of people. A lot of people are not able to experience this, safe place, because it's New York, and the reality of New York is not a very safe place. It's very dangerous. And that's why we're so grateful for the opportunities that we get from the principal here and the gym, and having the open gym, because not many people are able to have this safe space to learn and to grow as a player and a person, because
not only such a safe place, but also accessible to the point that we don't have to pay thousands of dollars to be able to come into this gym and give it our all. Because let's be real, for a lot of these clubs, a lot of these leagues, you're paying money to play for them.
Paying money loose and not even guaranteed to play.
Yes. So it's like this is such a great way to just be open to this whole new world without having to make those sacrifices that will put you in a bad place or will put you in a place that's not so accessible.
And it's not to look down on clubs, because like we've talked about, we've gotten so many scholarships for so many players that are here right now or in the past that have gone to clubs, to colleges. Not to look down on them, but it's to, show that MOS is a really good starting point, or it's a good point for anyone to be at, whether you're in club or not, because you still can learn so much as a person and a player, and it will help you get to a bigger and better level. Whether or not you believe that you're at your best potential or your best level, you can still learn so much here. Doesn't matter if it's competitive or not. You can still learn so much, and that's why I love this organization, because you can really grow so much.
Let's talk about right now. I noticed how this tryouts were a little bit different from last season, how they broke it up more into smaller groups.
And I love it.
I love it, because you actually get to see in the individuals you get to see the players, their strengths, their weaknesses, and see who they are as a player.
Exactly. I feel like, not to say last year's tryouts was not as effective and efficient, but I love how they're doing it this year because you're able to see groups of people and you're able to see how each person is. You know, when everyone all together, it's not really as easy for you to individualize each person and see how each player is. You know, it's a little harder for the coaches to see how each player is on the court and off the court. You know, so when it's separate, you're able to see, oh, this is how this person is, how this person is, how they are with each other and how they're communicating while they're waiting for their turn to prove, oh, they can pass this ball or they can't pass this ball, you know? And that's something that the coaches are looking out for. It's so nice to see like a different type of tryout style because, you know, like I talked about, there's different coaching styles and there's different ways for people to see each other's potential. And right now, I think Coach Billy is going to separate, you know, all the players by position, setters, liberos, outsides. Now it's the time for you to prove how good you are at your position and what you can bring to the table.
Yes. And just showing what you got. All they want to see is show what you got, show what you can, and show what's the potential. Yeah, the potential that you have. Because it's also all about the potential you have and the potential they see.
Because they want to see you at your best and at your peak. And, you know, the coaches, they haven't only been analyzing your tryouts, they've been analyzing for weeks, for months. The open gyms that we have, they're watching. All the coaches come, all the coaches are here, you know, we play against the coaches all the time. They want to see what everyone is capable of. And you notice, you know, we're not seeing it today because there's no scrimmaging, but when there are scrimmages, the coaches make sure that they give an equal amount to each player on that court. If there's, let's say, Coach Billy hitting, he's not just hitting at the lip, he's hitting at everyone on the court to see what each player is capable of. And it's like the little things like that are able to show like, oh, this player is capable of doing so much. So I think right now what they're doing, this is the similar thing that they did yesterday where they have all the libs on the other side, everyone who's trying out in the defense on that side, and they are going to be passing against the hitters. We have all the different types of setters on the right side.
On this side?
Yep, on this side. And then we have all the different hitters on this side. They're going to be hitting the ball, and then the setters are going to be proving and showing their setting skills off. And this is really, I think, another important time during the tryouts because you want to prove, you know, how skilled you really are. I feel like before it was more like okay, how can we hustle? How can we have a good mentality? Now it's, you know, the mentality is universal. Whatever you're doing is a universal thing. But now it's, let's see the skill set. How can you set that ball? How can the outside adjust to the ball? How can the libs read the ball and try their best to get a touch? That is what the coaches want to see.
Right now, it's all about getting that pass, getting that set, and getting that kill.
And I think this is a great time, you know, for the coaches because they're able to just view each player individually. This is a perfect time. You know, we talked about how separate groups, you know, you can view each player individually. Yes, everyone is up now. Or no, is everyone up or is this a little small group? Okay, not everyone.
This is a small group.
Yeah, but, you know, a smaller group is up, but in this specific drill, you are really able to see each individual player. You see the setter, you see the hitters, you know, putting their swings and getting touches on that ball. That's just so important. And you see our libs are already working very hard to, you know, try their best to get a touch.
It's all about getting that set, but it's all about adjusting to the set as a hitter if the set isn't completely there.
And once again, we talk about teamwork. How, you know, the set might not be perfect, it might not be where you want it, but you want to be able to adjust and fix what your team is giving you. It doesn't have to always be a perfect set for you to have a good swing. And the same thing with the libs. Obviously, the ball's not always going to be in the same spot. The coaches want to see, hey, how well can you read this ball? And hey, how are you able to adjust and try, like I said, try your best to get a touch because, like we talked about earlier, it's about reaction. The ball's not going to be in the same spot every single time. It won't be. Yeah.
I've noticed how reaction is so important in this sport. Because you always have to be moving, but you also have to predict where the ball is going. Because it's all about learning. It's all about reading the ball as well and reading the players.
And, you know, I think this is a great time for us to give the kids a highlight. I feel like it's a great time for us to give the kids a highlight and give, you know, ourselves a little intermission, a little break so we can, you know, let you guys see what they're capable of, and, you know, I think we can, you know, take a little break for us. You know, y'all will still be able to see what's going on, but we want to be able for you guys to hear what's going on in the court and what's going on with the kids and the coaches.
A little commercial break, but we'll be back.
Yeah, we will still be here. We'll be back very shortly, but I just want you guys to, you know, see the kids and highlight the kids for a little bit. I feel like, you know, we've been talking a lot about the kids, but let's actually show them off and see them play.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with you guys very shortly, but I want you guys to be able to see what they're capable of.
Commercial break.
Yeah, so be back.
to be able to jump high enough that I can fold, yeah. And like obviously I'm only ever gonna play back row, but if I could jump that high, I'll do it every time I go to serve. Every time I go to jump serve, I'm gonna just have to hit the fold.
Hit a pipe every time.
Oh yeah, lip pipe. Sorry.
Hey you guys, I'm back by myself this time, but I kind of just want to talk about what's going on. I mean, So right now, you know, I already talked about it while I was sitting down, but I want to walk around and observe, you know, around the court what's really going on. So now Coach Billy has tried a different group and he wants to see how they perform in hitting. You know, he has the opposites now. I like that Coach Billy is separating each position and separating them by, you know, hitters. Yesterday, like I said, since it was a little smaller group of kids, you really weren't able to see each individual player, but now he has the opposites, the outsides, the middles, all separate. And I love that because, and look, what a great touch by number 56, Jesse. I like that he's separating them, he's able to see them at their full potential because, you know, you're not always able to really see what's going on when you have everyone all at the same time. And yesterday, everyone was just hitting all at once. I like that he's making it more organized. So, like I said, the coaches can see and the players are also more comfortable, you know, being able to pass that ball. It doesn't really matter. It is also a safety thing too, you know, he wants to make sure everyone is safe. And I like that he also has the middles blocking so we can see how their blocking potential is. That's very important when it comes to, you know, the sport of volleyball. It's one thing when you're talking about digging the ball. Front row defense also matters. It's very important. So I love that he's still, you know, switching around the setters. It seems like he's giving number 62, Steven, a chance. And speaking of number 62, Steven, he was actually, he actually is someone who plays at my high school, James Monroe High School. And I mean, right now he's the starting setter for them. And he's very, very, you know, great. And, you know, he just excels in so many different types of ways. And it just really shows like how strong of a player he really is, you know. They didn't have the best season this year, but I already know that they're determined and they're, you know, very mature to be playing at a higher and a greater level. And you know, that's what I love to see. It's always determination. It's always, you know, that motivation that they want to become better. And I love that he's here playing for a season at MLS because, you know, the high school season's on pause. They're not gonna play till next season. He wants to come here and learn so much more about the sport. You know, that's what MLS is here for. You want to learn more and learn a lot of different things. And I kind of want to ask Chubbs how he's feeling about these tryouts, you know. He's the one that's part of the host team. He's the one who's part of the host team, and I want to just hear like a few thoughts from him and how he's feeling about the tryouts.
I feel like this tryout is way better today. It's like a lot of more competition. Everybody's really trying even harder. Well, both days were good, but I like the tryout so far. Hopefully everybody goes on their right team and we have a great season. And yeah, now hopefully I get my second ring with Billy.
Funnily enough, you know, I love that Chubb said all that because it really is a very nice day of tryouts. I mean, the first day was just as great, but I do love how nice today's tryout is. It just seems like there's so much focus on each individual player. And I really love that because it's so important to make sure that we see how each player is individually. And, you know, that's one of the key things. You just want to be able to make sure, like, hey, this player can do this player can do that, and they're capable of so many different types of things. And, you know, I love that Chubbs talked about, you know, getting a second ring Billy because, you know, it shows that Billy does have that loyalty. And I think, you know, it might be a very obvious pick, but I do have a feeling that Coach Billy might just pick Chubbs again. But I also know that something about Coach Billy that he loves to do is build a dynasty. He talked about it yesterday during the league. He wants to build a dynasty, and that's something that's so key. He always likes to get, like, you know, the newer players, the players who haven't really played volleyball before, because he likes to teach the youth and start, you know, growing them into becoming bigger players. That's one of the biggest things that Coach Billy does. And that's how he was able to win so successfully last season. His team didn't start off the best, but they were able to improve and become better because of his coaching. And he had such coachable players. You know, coachability is such an important thing when it comes to the sport of volleyball. You really want coachable kids, and you want to be that coach that, you know, will be honest and give them the criticism that they need. That's very important when it comes to growing as a person and a player. And I just love that with Coach Billy, he loves to try and give the newer kids an opportunity and a chance to grow. I love that he likes to grow, or I love that he likes to help the kids grow. I love that because he loves to give younger people the opportunity, that youth. And I love it because, you know, start teaching them volleyball at a young age, and you know they're gonna fall in love with it forever. I was talking about that with Luce earlier. This is something that, you know, is great to start young because you will become an amazing and, you know, a star player. A star player. I mean, like I said, look at Jessie. Look at Emily. Look at all these lives, and like, you know, I haven't really highlighted a lot of the new kids because, you know, I'm not as familiar with them as I am with some of them. Veterans and the people who have played in the previous seasons. But even then, Jessie's not even a veteran. She's a new player. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's just so good to have those type of people because they're going to grow and love the sport of volleyball so much. And you never know how I'm always talking about, you know, being able to return and become, you know, maybe a coach MLS or a team leader. These people might just return as coaches and give their time and dedication back to what they already had when they were younger. And it's so good to start teaching youth how to be good players and good people because it really will impact them for the rest of their lives because, you know, this is when they're most, I don't know the word for it on top of my head, but it's like, this is when they take the most information. This is when like, when you teach them at this age, it's something that this is information and memories they'll remember forever. This is something that's going to stick to them for the rest of their lives. So it's so good to teach them at such a young age about how important it is, you know, to be a good player and a good person. So that's what I love about this. So that's just a big thing for me. And that's why I think I'm just so proud of today's tryouts. And that's why I think so many people look up to Coach Billy. You know, Coach Billy might have such a very, or not such, I want to say like a very strict or stern coaching style, but I mean, let's be honest, there's a reason why he has won 4 times in a row. It's a reason for that. And, you know, it just really does show how amazing he is as a coach. Because he will not give up on you no matter what. It doesn't matter what it is, he will always believe in his players at the end of the day. And I have to give some acknowledgement to these right sides. I mean, these right sides are doing spectacular. Whether the ball is where they want it to be placed or not, they're doing a great job being able to locate the ball and being able to adjust to the ball because, you know, a lot of these people are not, you know, setters or, you know, they're trying to learn how to set. As you see a beautiful dig from 56 Jessie, a lot of these players, they're still trying to, you know, learn how to set or get better at setting. And I love that a lot of the opposites are able to adjust. I feel like when it comes to setting, opposite is probably one of the hardest positions or one of the hardest places to set because, you know, it's always typically a back set or, you know, either you're facing them, you know, that's not really a position that gets set a lot. And look at Tiny with such a beautiful slide, number 39. I mean, Tiny is one of the most spectacular players I've known, you know. I love that she's part of the host team, but Tiny's just a very amazing player. I mean, an undersized hitter, honestly. And she is spectacular. She doesn't let anything stop her. Nothing stops her in her path. Doesn't matter her height, doesn't matter anything. She's always so willing to grow as a player and a person. I have seen Tiny grow in so many ways unimaginable, even before MOS and after MOS. I mean, her joining this program really showed, or after she joined the program, it really showed how much it impacted her because, you know, that level of maturity and that determination is something that you gain from experience and that you gain from being here at MOS at the same exact time. So it just really is inspirational to see that from her. I mean, she's such a spectacular player. And I also love, like I said, how they're testing all different types of positions. Like, there's a lot of differences that they're testing out today that didn't test out yesterday. The blocking, I mean, it's very important to be able to block anybody, but also the hitters that could swing through the block. Look at 40, Carla. She was on Phantoms last year, you know, the team that got second place. And they had a spectacular season. I mean, Coach Ray, amazing coach. And then Coach Donna, too, what an amazing coach. That was their first season coaching together, and they were able to get second place against the undefeated Coach Billy. Like, if that doesn't talk about an impact, I don't know what does, because it really shows like how dedicated they were to not only winning, but to teaching their kids how to become better players. And I don't know, I'm just so proud of like seeing all the growth, especially, you know, for being here for almost a year. It's gonna be a year for me soon, and I believe July, and I just see so many of these players grow as individuals and I love it. It's really inspiring. It really shows the true nature of MOS and what we stand for. And like I said, I love that there are so many different type of players trying to try out different positions. It's good to be able to show your coaches like, hey, this is what I'm able to do, and this is what I'm able to give to the team. And that's very important, you know, whether or not you're good at setting, whether you're not good at hitting, good at passing, you want to be able to show the coaches that I can still do a few different types of things. And I feel like not a lot of people understand that it's very important to be able to be a flexible player. Because like I was talking about it with Luce earlier, not every coach is going to take you for the position that you might want. There are some, you know, this is a co-ed league. You're going to need that 3-boy, 3-girl rule. It's very important to, you know, be able to play multiple positions and be able to adjust to what your team needs. You know, you might have 3 libs on the team, but, you know, 2 out of those 3 libs are some good hitters and they could swing pretty well. With that in mind, you're able to have 2 outsides and a gray lib. I mean, that's what you need, and it's like, every position really works for one another. If you're a good lib, you can be a good outside because you already have that good defense, and that's something that, you know, outsides have. So that's just something that's very important when it comes to the tryouts and the league, is that the coaches are gonna wanna, you know, put you in the position that is best for you, but also best for the team. And that's very key because, like I said, the team might need different things. I mean, for me, for example, I played right side and I played outside. I mean, I played every position on my previous team, honestly. You know, I didn't play lib as much because I was having to go with the co-ed rules, and it was great. I had an amazing libero. She is not here for this season, but her name was Sophia. What an amazing lib she was, and you know, I wouldn't trade the world for her. I played lib during our playoff game, but she was a spectacular lib. She really did what had to be done and more for her position. So that opened up new opportunities for me to learn how to hit, to learn how to block. You know, I had to play in the front row a lot. I did play DS a lot, but I also played a lot in the front row because I have a good arm, and that's what really pushed me to learn how to become a better hitter. And my coach was able to see me, and she saw different opportunities that I didn't see within myself. And that's what's so important about matters of sports, is that the coaches always want what's best, what they think is best for you. At the end of the day, I wasn't that great of a hitter last year, but I know this year I can bring that to the table, and I think the same thing applies for a lot of these players. Like, I mean, we can honestly use number 60. Nah, I don't want to use Ken's example again. I could use like Pedro, for example, number 41. I think he's always looked as like a setter. He was a setter from my team last year. He's looked as a setter. But at the end of the day, he's been training lib, he's been training outside. If he has to hit, if he has to pass the ball, he will. That is what he's been training, and that is the benefit of being a beneficial player. And it's a beneficial and flexible player. It benefits the team because you're able to, you know, play different positions that maybe you weren't able to before, and be able to play positions that your coaches believed was good for you. Same thing applies to number 42, Jadiel Vargas. He was the first pick of Phoenix last year. Another amazing player. I mean, he played outside for most of the season, but when he had to play middle, he had to play middle. When he had to play right side, he would play right side. If he had to play lib, he would play lib. He would do whatever. He would do whatever, and it didn't matter. And, you know, I've been talking alone, but I'm gonna come back with my host again, Ray Ray, and I just wanna, you know, talk about what we've seen today with her, and I really wanna see, like, what's been going on. I really wanna hear her experience because I wasn't here yesterday. I wasn't able to tell you guys about my experience about tryouts, but, you know, Ray Ray just tried out. I wanna see what she's experiencing. So, hey girl, welcome back.
Oh, hi. So, yeah, that was fun.
I mean, what did you, I was just telling them, like, I'm really proud of what I saw today, and I love how the coaches were doing a lot of different things. We saw
Yes.
blocking, we saw setting, we saw a lot of different things. I love that.
Yes, yesterday a lot of suggestions were given, and today we're seeing those suggestions being put into play, put into practice, and we love that. We love that this is a space where you can be open and you can tell them, hey, like, I feel like this should have been done this way, and I feel like my skills would have really been honed and really shown better if we did this way. And I mean, honestly, I'm really happy with what I saw today, really happy with my own performance today and everyone else's. I think that today's combine went so well, so smoothly. I'm excited for next week just to see what everyone else brings to the table.
And it's not only that, I was just telling them, like I was walking around the court and talking about Tiny, I was talking about Jadiel Vargas, I was talking about, there's one other one I was talking about, oh my gosh. I don't know off the top of my head, but I was talking about one other player. I was talking about how I do love how with this league, people have been able to grow as, Pedro, I was talking about people have been able to grow as individuals and as players. You know, coaches may not always take you for the position that you want. I was loving how there were different people trying out setting, trying out hitting, people that usually don't hit.
Yes.
It's good to show all your, skills because it shows the coaches how experienced you are.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it shows them like, hey, maybe you'll be able to play this, maybe you'll be able to do that. Maybe you'll be able to do this, maybe you'll be able to do that. And it just shows us like, hey, how good they really are. So we are going to start interviewing a few of our coaches.
Yeah, we're gonna take a walk.
Yeah. Ray Ray's gonna interview some of our coaches right now. We're gonna go in order. I think we're gonna start with Coach. I think we're gonna be interviewing 3 coaches. I think it's Coach Anna, Coach Rachel,
And Coach Donna.
and Coach Donna, head coach Donna Phantoms. But finishing my thought, I was just making it abundant. Like, it's so nice to be able to see people play multiple positions, but not only that, whether you believe you're playing your position or not, the coaches want to push you to your best limits. And it's like, if you're able to adjust to what the coach needs for that team or what your team needs, it's incredible. I was telling them my experience. I didn't play lib as much as I, maybe wanted to last season, but it made me learn as a hitter that I could actually hit and I could, really.
It really built
push
your confidence
myself.
up. I noticed
Exactly.
that.
It pushed me into becoming a better hitter and to becoming more confident in my swing. I never hit at all. I was always a lib my whole volleyball career, and that season made me realize, like, wait, I could be an efficient hitter if I really needed to.
For me, like, it had to be the complete opposite, and today I just loved being able to, like, show off my skills in any position on the court. Like, I really wanted to try everything. I was hitting outside, opposite, setting, and I'm typically a lib, but, like, again, my experience from Levi's is the complete opposite. I have always played outside, and coming here, I came here with a back injury, so I switched over to libero just to avoid jumping as much. And honestly, to me, I think it worked out for the best. Like, I do really love my
100%.
position, but also I am noticing, like, just so much improvement all around now that I have healed, and I'm 100% just a way better athlete now. And I'm loving that. I'm loving that I can see that not just in myself, but in every other player here.
But it's also so nice because, like I said, at the end of the day, if you had to hit outside and you had to go back to that, you still have that ability, you still have that skill, and that's what I love. Like, there are so many flexible players here.
Yeah, there's so much duality, so much versatility, and yeah, it's just nice to see. Like, no one here can only play one position. You will always learn something else.
Exactly, it's always good to play multiple because not only that, it's more fun.
Yeah,
Isn't it
so much
fun
more
to
fun.
play so many different positions and try something new? That's what people like to do. It's something different, it's something new.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's what really brings the joy in the sport. I mean, learning how to hit really ignited my love again for
Oh
the
my
sport.
God.
As we almost get attacked. The first time today, crazy.
Yeah.
But it reignited my love for this sport because, sometimes it might get a little tiring playing the same thing over and over. So what's something new? Maybe I want to set one day.
Yeah, today I really tried out. I tried setting a lot, and honestly, I noticed improvement with every set. And same with a lot of other setters. Like, it wasn't just myself. I was encouraging other players. They were like, "Hey, I didn't know you were a setter," and I said, "I'm not, but I'm open to trying it, and I do want to hone that skill." So I pulled, I think, like 2 people with me. I think it was Yaya and Liz, and I was like, "Hey, look, I know that you guys aren't typically setters, but I know that you guys have nice hands, and I think you should totally get on this line with me and work on it because you never know what a team needs, and if a coach right now is watching you and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know that they could do that. I didn't know that they could set. They're gonna be like, wow, I really want this person on my team because they are so versatile. And I really just wanted to encourage everyone to try their best and to never be afraid to try something new.
And that's what I love about the league is that we're able to have so many different types of people playing in so many positions. And like I said, it's so nice to have the players motivate other people like, hey, I know that you're not a setter, but you know what? I think you can set. And I think you should try it during the trials so you could prove to the coaches that you can do multiple things. Ooh. I mean, look at Liz, what an amazing swinger. She's a libero. It's crazy. That's what I'm talking about, the flexibility of the players. Another swing for her. But you know, it just shows like how versatile the players are. And you know, Ray Ray's gonna leave me, you guys. She's gonna go interview. I'm pretty sure it's Coach Anna.
Yeah, I think Coach Anna. So I will be with you guys over there.
She will literally be with you guys in about 10 seconds, but I wanna have a nice little moment with you guys before she goes. You know, Coach Anna, I mean, incredible coach. You know, she was a player last year for All-Stars. She was the setter, and she's spectacular. She goes to Lehman College, and I mean, there's not much more I need to say. I just think we just gotta, you know, leave it off to them and let them have their moments. So, you know, like I said, she's just an amazing player, an amazing person, and she's just one of those people that you want to have in your life and look up to. So, without further ado, here they are. But yeah.
So now we're here with Coach Anna. Hi, Coach Anna. So, what team are you coaching this year?
I'm the team leader of All Stars.
And how are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling great. Like, I think we're gonna have a good season because Tash is our head coach. She be coaching for a long time, and Jeffrey's our assistant. And I think we're gonna make a good team.
I mean, Tosh, you can put her anywhere, and Jeffrey, you and Jeffrey are both really good setters. Amazing. And you can also hit. So you guys have a very versatile like coaching staff. So I'm excited to see how you're gonna implement that with your players and with your picks. Speaking of picks. Speaking of picks, I'm curious, is there anyone you're looking at right now?
Well, we see a lot of potentials. We don't know who's gonna be our first pick, but we'll see. I don't want to talk about it just now, but we'll see.
No names, but if there's anyone that's catching your eye today.
Keep it higher.
Okay. So last year we know you were not a team leader. Last year you were a player actually for So how's that, like, how do you feel transitioning from a player to a team leader, and what lessons from your past season are you hoping to transition into this current season?
Well, it's been, I would say, because I was a player, but I was also helping out. So it kind of feels the same, because now that I'm a coach, like, I know I need to get involved more. But besides from that, like, I was already helping. So it's just like I'm doing the exact same thing, but at the same time, it's just like it's chill because I was doing it last year.
Yeah, so same vibe, but with more responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool, that's cool. And then for our last question, I'm super curious to know, like, you're playing in college right now. You go to Lehman.
Yeah.
You're doing awesome as a setter over there.
Yeah.
Like, how is that for you? Like, how is playing in college, and, like, is there anything that you're learning there and something that you're practicing there that you really want to bring to MOS, or vice versa? Are there things you're learning here that you want to bring over there?
Yeah. Well, yeah, as you guys know, I play for Lehman. I'm the setter there. And also, it feels good because some of the girls also go here. Like Tashani, she's one of the players here. She also go to Lehman. She's trying to try out next year. And Ariana as well, she's the team leader for Dragons. So it's kind of the same vibe because we know what we're doing, and it feels great because, like, when I first started, it was 2 years ago, 2 years, 2.5, and I didn't know how to say at all. and it's been great because like I have coaches there that help me, and I have developed so much from them, and it feels good.
Well, thank you for being here, Coach, and hoping to see more of you in the season, and we're excited to see your picks. It's a mystery, guys.
Let's go. All Stars on top.
Signing off. So, hey guys, now back over here, and I'm gonna send you guys off to Levi. He's gonna interview another one of our coaches. I believe it's Coach Donna, not 100% sure, but yeah, excited to see what Levi's doing, and you'll see him over there.
And hello, you guys. And this is head coach Donna of Phantoms. I'm here with her. I mean, she more than just a head coach. She's, I mean, a big part of this organization. Donna is a key part of this, you know, nonprofit organization. And I really want to ask you that question I feel like everyone wants to know. Like, what drives you? What inspires you really to be here every day and every weekend? I mean, you spend your weekdays doing this. What is what drives you?
Oh my God. So what initially drives me to be here every day is because I felt like in middle school and high school I never really had like a real coach to like sit down and like be like, okay, I see potential in you. I want to help you in these areas that you struggle in. I never really had that. So for me, I would love to be that and help others be that for kids because I never had it. So I would like to give kids something that I never had, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like that's so important and so key for like you to be able to be that role model. I was talking about it with Luce, with Ray, that it's so important for us to give those opportunities to the kids that they didn't have. I always talk about how I started so late in high school and how I wish I had so many opportunities that the kids had, but you know, I always want to give back. I always tell the people I would love to come back to the team, and I'd love to come back and give the kids what, you know, I got, and also give back to the organization. I mean, I'm a better player, I'm a better person because of MOS, and I mean, it leads me to my next question, like, how are you feeling about the season? Like, what are you liking what you see? Like, what are your thoughts? I want to hear an inside scoop of what you think.
Honestly, I'm very, very excited for the season because even though we have a lot of players that are aging out, the majority of the kids are 14, 15, 16, so that means they are going to have a lot of season with us. And they already have so much potential. So I feel like the longer they're with us, we're just going to be able to really develop them and help them grow and like just really get them to a spot that they're going to be happy in and they might pursue like maybe go pro, maybe play in college. Like I really see them growing beyond what they are right now.
Mm-hmm. And I 100% agree. I feel like I was talking with Luce about this because, you know, Ray did try out today. Wow, what a tryout. I mean, it was incredible. All the different types of skills that were tested and that were being, you know, trained by Coach Billy. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, Coach Billy was doing so many different types of drills so you guys could analyze them and see. And I was really telling Coach Billy, Luce, like, hey, like, it's not only about the coach or about the skills, it's about the coachability of the kids and how their energy is and how their positivity is. You know, I feel like, I mean, I get another question of mine. What do you want to look for in a player? Is it about the skills? Is it about the headspace? Is it about the mindset? What is it that you want for your team?
To be honest, and I've talked to my other coaches about this, the ones that are in my team, attitude is the biggest thing because you could be the best player, you could be so skilled, but what's going to kill the team and kill like the whole vibe is definitely an attitude because you might have players that are just starting out, but as long as they have that attitude and that motivation to keep going, that's it. And also passion. As long as you have passion for the sport, you're an amazing candidate. And that's what we're really looking for, attitude and passion.
You know what, and that really summed up what I wanted to ask you. So I appreciate you, Donna, for coming and interviewing. But, you know, that's head coach Donna Fantos. I mean, she's everything you guys treasure. I could list it all. Donna's everything when it comes to MOS. And, you know, if no one says that, I will say I appreciate you for everything you do. Like, you know, you do so much for us. And, you know, I always will appreciate you, beautiful. So thank you for coming to our interview. And I'm going to put it back to Ray so you guys can still hear what she's talking about, how she's feeling about what's going on currently. Well, sorry, I'm not going to keep it back to Ray. I'm going to just talk amongst myself because I didn't realize that Ray Ray is actually playing right now. But right now they're doing King of the Court, and I kind of just want to walk around. So we can see what's really going on the court. And this is another really good drill. This tests everything, you know. They have the setting line, they have the hitting line, and, you know, this is a very good drill to test what's going on in the court, you know? And this could prove to people if you could hit, if you could, you know, pass, if you could set. Like, this is I mean, look at that set by Ray Ray right there, but I love Queen of the Court or King of the Court. You know, there's a lot of different names for it, depending on where you've played before. But I do love this drill a lot because it shows different aspects of the players and it shows different things, you know? People don't understand that, like I said, you have to be good at everything, whether you're a middle, whether you're an outside, whether you're a right side, whether you're a lib, whatever you're playing, you need to be efficient at everything. And another thing, the serving. This is a great way to practice the serves that you have and the different types of serves that you want to have throughout the league. And I like that, you know, people are able to practice a more difficult serve than I'm really able to do in a game, because, you know, maybe in a game they want to keep it safe. But that's what I really like about this, is that you're able to see different types of serves and different types of, you know, skills. Not all these players that are here are going to be playing in these positions during the league, or these are the positions that they like. But it's good to be able to look around and be like, oh, you know what? This girl can actually set, or oh my God, wait, this guy can actually hit, and I didn't think he could hit because he's a passer, you know, things like that. I mean, like I said, we just saw Liz Beth, you know, she's not on the court now because they're doing King of the Court in groups, but we just saw Liz Beth, and she was hitting amazing. And, you know, this is someone you think is a libero, but she's capable of so many different types of things. So it really just, and look, you even see number 55, Ray Ray, setting that ball. And I mean, there's no spin on that ball, she's setting great. So that's why I really love this drill, because this drill tells you a lot. And I don't know if you guys can see, I don't think you can, but Coach Billy right now is actually sitting up on the stands. Because, you know, even though Coach Billy's been running the drills, you know, he needs a moment for himself to see, oh, who do I want on my team? And, you know, who is going to work the best in the team that I'm looking for? And it's good that, you know, Coach Billy's having his time to be able to observe and see what's going on. So it just, you know, it's so nice to have a drill like this, because it's able to show so many different types of techniques and skills that the players have. Like I said, not everyone is playing a position that they usually play, but it's good to be able to see what they're capable of. Like I was talking about earlier, flexible players. You need flexible players to be able to have a good team, because at the end of the day, you might need a different player or a different type of position for that player on your team, whether your team needs it. So that's why I love this drill. I've always loved this drill, even when I used to play in high school. I think it's such a fun drill, you know. I mean, at least for me as a lib, I'm able to hit and maybe set sometimes when I'm not really able to. So it's just such a nice and interesting drill. I love to be able to try other positions that are not my own. It's so much more fun when you're able to play different positions that you never played before. And I don't know, I love this drill. I think it's so, it's like very open-minded, and it really like shows people their best potential. That's something I really like. So I'm gonna go back to my little station, but I just wanted to walk around and observe with you guys, because, I mean, look at what's going on right now. There are some good rallies. You know, there are so many different types of players hitting that never hit, and it's beautiful. But that's why I love it. And I think we're, nearing the end of the tryouts. Usually at the end of the tryouts, we do a King of the Court style gameplay. I think there might be 1 or 2 more groups after this, and this might be the last group. I'm pretty sure it's 1 more group. But, no, I think actually this might be the last group. But I just really love, being able to see the flexibility of each player. No one should be confined to one position. Always be open to learn and try new things. That is what MOS stands for at the end of the day. And that is what the coaches want. And like I said, I also like this drill because it lets the players try different serves they're not usually able to try in games or in scrimmages because they have so much pressure on the line. It's like, oh, it's King of the Court, like, I'll just serve the ball. If I miss it, I'll be back to serve in a few plays. It's not a big deal. And now we're going to see number 61 serve. Oh, we're going to see number 61 serve. And I don't know. I also think something that's very nice about King of the Court is the serve. And you want to see, some people want to try a new serve, but it's also they want to try to show how consistent their serve is. It's good to try out new serves, but it's also good to show how consistent your serve is because, especially if you're a libero or someone who serves often, you want to make sure you have a consistent serve that you're keeping in the court. I mean, look at that. What a serve by Ray Ray. Just went a little long, but what a beautiful flow she had. But, you want to make sure the coaches are able to see, what is going on in your mind and what you're capable of doing. The consistent servers are very key. Very key. You play outside, you serve. You play right side, you serve. The only position you really are not guaranteed to serve in is middle. Now, keep in mind, you might not serve outside or right side because you could get a DS, but at the end of the day, if you have a great serve, you will be used for that serve. A good serve is very, 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 very important. I talk about defense a lot. You guys know because I'm a libero. I love to talk about defense. When it comes to anything else, when it comes to the sport of volleyball, the first thing is really with the serve. I talk about the pass, how about this, that. You don't even start the rally without a serve. Having a consistent serve is good. Having a strong consistent serve is even great. It's even more great, but you want to have that consistent serve first, and then from there you're able to grow how strong it can be and how, flexible it can be. And I find it's the same thing that applies to each position. You want to be a very aggressive libero, but you want to start being consistent for it. I think consistency is always key. Same thing with swinging. You want to be a very consistent hitter before you try different shots. You try a roll shot, maybe you try a line shot, you try to, you maybe even bounce the ball. You want to be able to be consistent at hitting first before you try different types of things. Consistency is key in each position of this sport. And I think that's honestly the key thing what coaches are looking for. Me personally, yes, I'm still a player this year, but I'm so interested in seeing the gameplay from each one of the players because at the end of the day, I do see myself returning in the future, and I would love to coach these. I would love to coach the youth. I would love to come back and give back what I had from my past 2 seasons. And it's just so nice to be able to, while I'm also trying out myself, being able to learn and being able to watch them and see for, the future seasons what I might be able to pick up as a coach, or as a team leader, I should say. But that's why I don't know, something about the sport of volleyball is so beautiful to watch. It's so nice to watch and beautiful serve by number 63, Kenneth. Ace. And then right back, we have Ray Ray. Remember that they were on the same team last year. Had a feeling that she's going to target Kenneth. She actually went for a shot instead. Oh, what a tip. But yeah, I don't know. King of the Court is just such a nice drill to watch. And I'm gonna. Oh, well, there you go, you guys. I mean, that's them rapping, or that's them rapping. The coaches are sending the kids back to the stage, and coaches are sending the kids back to the stage and, you know, wrapping the whole tryouts up. I think it was a very successful day. I'm gonna be joined by Ray Ray in a little bit because, like I said, you know that she was also a person who was trying out today. And I mean, I personally think I was very impressed from what I saw today. As a player and as someone who does want to be a future coach, I am very impressed with what I saw today. I mean, I think, what do you feel? How did you feel about it? Were you impressed?
Very impressed, actually. I'm seeing a lot of new talent, a lot of like, oh my God, I can't say enough of this. Like, just so much development as the combine proceeds. Like, people will come back, doing the same thing, and every single time you see strength. And it's like, one person might think, oh, hey, I know this person isn't as good with, like, for example, short balls. So I'm gonna aim short, and that person's gonna be like, no, I'm gonna work on it, and they're gonna get it the next time. So I love to see that. Like, I just love that. You're seeing that progression, you're seeing that development, and I love to see people that are like dedicated, determined, and willing to grow.
And I am very proud of what I saw today, and I really want to thank you guys. I want to thank you. You know, you tried out, you were you were trying out, you were, you know, here with me commentating, and I really appreciate you. I really appreciate Luce too. I appreciate Chubbs. You know, all the people that work in the background that you might not always typically see.
Yeah, Coach Cyril and all the coaches like donating their phones so that we can
record and be here.
Yeah, we can live stream for you guys.
So I'm so glad you guys are able to join us today. This was the second day of tryouts. You might see us again.
Yeah,
I mean, well, you will see us again during the league, but you might see us again for maybe one more day of tryouts. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm so happy you guys were able to join us today, and I'm just so proud of what we saw. So this is me and Ray Ray checking out, and we will see you guys another day. So thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. Bye.
Signing off.